I love you.
Yeah, thank you, honey. Okay.
Hello.
I know,
I'm just
right?
gonna fire.
Yes.
Classic.
Welcome back, family. Thank you for joining yet again. And just as we're popping on the air, in case Mrs. Ohana going up the staircase didn't know, the first thing that everybody heard was, I love you. Yep, now she's laughing.
It's on brand.
Yeah, it is on brand.
It's on brand. There we go. Yes, because we're family. Okay, so we are here with Deegan Pecors. We have another guest on deck. That he's hopefully going to be very patient, but I am just going to straight up turn over. Well, no, we gotta just chat for a few minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah. Let some folks get in. And
yes, I'm like so excited. I don't even know what I'm doing.
I know, right?
Oh man.
Did you see his comment
there? You were somewhere in the low 700 to 800s.
Oh man.
So let's see that.
So Werewolf by Night is freaking awesome.
Yes. Oh man.
Good Lord.
I am gonna be playing that for the trick or treaters on a 100-inch screen. And I had to go to Home Depot a couple times today to buy some squeegees and oil dry because we accidentally dumped a couple 1,000 gallons of oil at work. And
wow.
Yeah, I went into the retention pond. EPA's gonna have a fit.
Okay, Exxon.
Yeah, right. Yeah, we were referring it to Valdez. But we actually created dams before it got down there. We did a good job, and we contained it. We got it up. So, all right, good job for us. But while I was there, I saw a 9.5-foot tall werewolf. That his body doesn't move, but his head does, and he barks and he growls, he howls, and his eyes are LED. So like they're blinking.
That's awesome.
And I think I talked her into us getting it tomorrow.
Nice.
And putting it right next to, showing the Werewolf by Night with a big werewolf.
That would be fun.
Yeah, especially for the 3-year-olds. They're going to love that.
What's Halloween if you're not scaring 3-year-olds? You know?
Well, I mean, we're not the family across the street that dresses up in clown outfits and chases people with a chainsaw. So they take the chain off. But
that's decent of them.
Yes. I can't give a fighting chance. Hey, Larry. WWPN was finally a good. Well, Werewolf by Night was finally a good Disney show. First since Loki. Really, isn't that funny? I didn't like Loki.
I did.
I was going to say, I'm
in the minority.
I can't agree with that either. I liked Hawkeye. I loved Hawkeye.
Oh, Hawkeye was awesome.
Yeah, I loved Hawkeye.
You know what?
So, but as we've established on previous live streams, I'm a very positive overall kind of person. You don't hear me dog on content too often. Shane, what's up, Shane? Shane's a good dude. Shane's a real good dude.
Your microphone is very staticky, break-up-y.
Uh-oh.
It's just only when you talk, so let's see.
Great. Yeah. How about now? Is that any different?
No.
Okay.
No, sorry. No, I mean, Hawkeye I liked a lot, but I think what I liked the most about Hawkeye was I did not like Kate Bishop at all.
Check 1 2.
Still getting it.
Oh no.
It sounds like every time
really
you
awesome.
Talk.
Cool. Super cool. Love it.
It's all good.
Okay, how about now?
Same.
Still bad. Really.
It's I don't know how to explain it. Rich did a good job, I guess.
This is the only set of headphones I have.
Well, we'll just have to deal with it. That's all.
Here, hold on. Let me try that.
Least favorite Marvel show until the last episode.
Really? I love She-Hulk.
I'm really digging She-Hulk. That's actually one of my favorite shows so far. I did not like Miss Marvel, and
I love Miss Marvel.
And I was okay with Moon Knight.
What's up, Xbox?
Can you guys hear me better now? Is that any better?
I think it must be your connection because it's doing the exact same thing. Whenever
you completely unplugged my headphones. So
can I pop you out and pop you back in?
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah.
I thought the third half of Hawkeye was weak. Okay, now I'm a little confused on the math. The third half? Larry, that one. I'm sorry. You and I know. We go back a ways now, so I have to call you out on this third half. You're gonna have to explain that one to me.
Max.
I love Kate not enough to buy the comic spec, but I love that she was motivated to be a hero because of Hawkeye. What I like the best about the Hawkeye series, I was going to say before, is I hated Kate in the beginning, but so did Hawkeye. And the more he started to like her, the more I started to like her. Like her character really developed quickly, but in a way that I liked her. I went from I don't like her, I can tolerate her, she's okay, I really like her. So
I liked her for most of the time. Math. Yeah, who needs it, right?
Exactly. So we're at about 9:06. We've got a couple people here in the chat. Not to mention, people will always be able to see this on the replay. What time would you like to start going with this?
Well, can you guys hear me any better? Is that any better, or is it still bad?
It's still doing that thing.
I don't know what else to do.
Yeah, the only other thing I guess would be to just fully. I don't know. You could try like backing out, killing your
You want
Wi-Fi.
me to, like, leave, and then get back in.
Yeah, I would leave, turn off your Wi-Fi, turn the Wi-Fi back on, and then come back.
Okay. Of course, of all nights.
I know.
The night this, all right, I'll be back.
All right.
We're going to be starting a Kickstarter for a new microphone for
Andrew Kai. What up, man?
I'll be honest, I didn't like the way I recorded sound at all until I just bit the bullet and bought myself a decent snowball. So, and this does a really good job. The few times that I have accidentally changed microphones and recorded a video before I had a fantastic editor, and I did the replay, I'm like, oh man, that sounds horrible. I forgot. Oh no.
Yeah, it can make a difference.
Well, it wasn't just her relationship with Clint, but the way she interacted with Yelena Belova. I love.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
Hello, Kate Bishop. Why do you keep saying my entire name?
That's funny because right before she said that, I said that. I was like, why does she keep saying her full name?
I feel bad for having our on-deck circle guy sitting there.
Well, I mean, we've got 10 viewers right now. I mean,
we can bring him on and he can start saying hello to people.
Yeah.
If that's okay, because I can see you in a little screen, and he's nodding yes. So, well, here comes Deegan, and since people are already here, even though he's not going to make an announcement, we feel bad he's sitting there. We're going to pull on our extra guests while you're checking your microphone, if that's okay. You still get the primary announcement, though, Deegan.
Check.
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'm not going to. Well, I'll breathe, but that's about it. I won't do anything.
Yes, please
do anything.
Please.
He sounds great, though.
Okay,
Yes.
I just turned off the iPad and turned it back on. Gave it that old tech support trick.
It's always the best.
Have you turned the device off?
Yes.
Turn you off, you nerd. So that again, it's not a way. I'm just going to pull him up here because I just want him involved in the conversation. Guys, if you may know this long-standing channel, he has a really great several weekly series that you've got to get involved in. And it was the first time that I have ever been invited to a show. Back then, it was called a Slab Pub. Now it's called Only Slabs. And this is the incomparable Rob Morris from Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics. Rob,
hey there, comic book friends and fiends.
I love it. Yeah.
Have you turned it off and on again? Yes, that is the great IT trick of all time.
Yeah, there's
a great show. If anybody hasn't seen
Yes.
the IT Crowd, you have to go watch it because it is absolutely phenomenal. Even if you've never worked in IT, if you've ever just worked in customer service or support ever in your life, tangentially or direct, you can relate.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks for having me on, Rich.
No, thank you so much. Again, you were the first time I had ever gotten invited to a show. What
was your first?
You popped my cherry. And I was walking around like a schoolgirl telling everybody.
On a channel where we use a lot of innuendo.
Yes.
I got on some show that's named after a parody of a porn site here. Yeah.
I actually thought it was after StubHub, but okay.
Oh, yeah, sure. Let's go with that then.
Yeah.
In case
Yeah.
my grandparents are back alive and listening.
We had a couple of guys were talking about porn sites at work, and I just looked at him and went, "What?" And the guy looks at me and goes, "Oh, please don't tell me you have never been to Pornhub." And I just looked back at him with a very serious look. No. He's like, "You never went to Pornhub?" I went, "No. Xvideos has a much better search engine."
Back in my day on Prodigy Net, we would go to.
Well, we had to wait till 3 a.m. and they tried to see through the static.
After 7 minutes, we might be able to see from the neck up.
So we're getting a few people here in the chat. We are at 9:11. Deegan, would you like to have the floor?
Can you guys hear me okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, thank God. Because when you guys brought Rob in, all of a sudden all the audio cut out for me. I couldn't hear anything.
Oh God.
I was just like, I was living in a dark void there for a minute.
Nobody's touched the screen or moved pictures around or anything. Well, the only thing we do want to do is probably give Deegan the main screen, but I'm going to let Greg do that, so I'm not touching anybody.
Or Greg, honestly, you'll probably, do you have a few things ready to pull up by chance?
I can if I provided them.
Yeah, here. So let's let me get those sent over to you really quick, and then we'll.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what this IT crowd thing is.
It's a TV show from Britain. There's a British TV show called The IT Crowd about some guys who live in or work in a basement of a building doing IT, and their boss that going to get hired knows nothing.
That's fantastic.
Wackiness ensues.
I think I have it, Rich.
Okay.
It's available on streaming it's.
I'll have to take a look at it after I finish with Agents
The
of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Lords of the Internet.
I can only binge watch one show at a time before my eyeballs fall out.
Fortunately, it's a British show, so there's about 8 seasons an episode. So you go through this.
There's about 8 seasons an episode.
Yeah, or 8 episodes a season, rather. Sorry, my dyslexia kicks in. Sometimes.
Oh no, his camera.
Oh no, I'm still here.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm getting the website addresses for you. Nobody panic. Nobody panic.
I love in the IT crowd that their phone system has like a tape attached to it. So like
reel-to-reel tape. Yeah.
Yeah, it picks up and it says, "Hello IT, have you turned it on and off again?" Like that's the first thing that automatically everybody gets.
Yeah, I mean it's an older show, so the technology featured in the show is a little old, but
still relatable.
People have a different relationship with IT to some degree nowadays. Instead though of IT being a bunch of weirdos, they're just a bunch of assholes now. I don't know if you're allowed to say that on your channel. Sorry.
Why not?
Okay. I don't know. Some people are picky about the language that comes out of their mouth.
Well,
their guests' mouth.
I remember.
Luckily, they're okay with it because they would have kicked me off and never let me come back on after the first time I came on.
No, we're good. I always make sure I click this show is not meant for kids. You know?
We'll make it PG-13. We'll limit it to 13 different swear words, right?
And they're all based off of the guidelines that were set by George Carlin. So.
Right, and you can only have one ultra-violent scene.
Oh, but
give me a buster.
But it'd be damned if you show a nipple.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Nipples are scary.
I'm not commenting on that one.
All right.
Me too, Larry.
Did you see the links that I put in the chat?
In the private
chat.
I did.
Chat.
Yeah, in the private chat. Okay. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Do we tell them?
Oh, my dog's already wanting to make a guest appearance.
No.
Okay. Cute puppy. So
he's like, why do you do this every weekend? Stop.
Do you want us to click on these as you like point? Now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. Pulled up. All right. So I'm going to share my screen. Should I share one first? Or have one up, or
I would probably go ahead and do the second link first, and but I'll go ahead and tell everybody what we've been talking cryptically about for the last week and a half. All right, so I'm really excited about this, everybody. So we are going to be myself, Syndicate Comics and Collectibles, and Team Ohana are all teaming up to create not one, but two exclusive variant covers for Image Comics Nightclub #1, the new Mark Millar miniseries about teenagers who become vampires, and instead of being terrifying creatures of the night, they decide to use those powers to be superheroes. And it looks super awesome. I'm incredibly excited to draw a cover for this. I just think the whole concept of it is really cool. And one of the coolest things too is that Mark Millar hasn't done anything in the superhero genre for a while now. I want to say the last thing he did was Kick-Ass, wasn't it?
It sounds right, but I mean, if you go back and look at the stuff that he did during, say, 10 years ago, the stuff that he wrote was stories of the decade.
Yeah, some of the most influential superhero stories, in recent memory.
I mean, his framework, his framework for one of it, the one that Time Magazine said was story of the decade, became what the storyline was for the Avengers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and was the linchpin really to everything at that point.
Yep. He did Civil War. Yes, exactly.
We're all just super excited about this, that we're getting to team up on this. The book itself comes out December 14th. And we will have our exclusive variant cover. We're going to be doing all kinds of cool stuff with it too. We're going to have, just the comic itself. We're going to have bundles with, some of the other variant covers that are coming out for it, like the incentive and ratio variants. We're going to do bundles where...
I don't think they've announced any of the any incentive.
Yeah, there's very little like actual. I think they've only announced 3 official covers so far, so it's still pretty under wraps as far as all that goes. But yeah, so we're gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff. We're gonna offer signed copies where I'm gonna autograph them for you. We're gonna be offering remarked copies where I'll do little custom sketches on the copies for you guys. We're going to be doing custom artwork with some of the bundles where I'm going to do, some custom art pieces and things like that. We're going to be doing giveaways of artwork. I mean, we're gonna do this up like crazy.
And since this is being done with Syndicate Comics, thankfully, they are registered with CGC, so we will be able to submit these for CGC yellow labels if you like.
Get that nice gold label on there, with all the official information.
By the way, it was turned the wrong way. In case you're wondering what a Deegan Pecoris book looks like in a yellow in a CGC yellow label, there you go. There's a supermassive #1.
And that's a good example of a remark too, so I'll be doing little sketches on there as well. So we'll be offering that. So we are super excited about Nightclub. But the other one that we are going to be doing an exclusive for, that I'm especially excited for, is the first issue of Radiant Pink. So she is getting her own miniseries in the Massive Verse, and that's why I'm so excited to be drawing a cover for this. Because as you guys can see, I've already done a cover for Supermassive. I've done stuff in the Radiant Black universe, so I'm super excited to get to do something else in that Massive Verse, that Radiant Black universe. And Radiant Pink, if anybody has read Radiant Black, she's super cool, really awesome character. She's got such a fun attitude, and I think this book is really going to have a really interesting and cool vibe to it. So we are doing an exclusive for Nightclub #1 and Radiant Pink #1 with Syndicate Comics and Collectibles and Team Ohana. Radiant Pink comes out December 7th, and then Nightclub will be December 14th, so it's 1 week right after the other.
Yep.
So basically we're going to own December. Move over, Santa Claus.
Look, these are going to be great Christmas presents if you want to get stuff for people. We're going to be doing a live stream from I believe it's going to be sold on Whatnots on the new comic book day when it releases, and we'll have a Saturday event as well. So it's going to be Wednesday, Saturday. We're going to be running ourselves back. Why not?
And you're gonna be able to pre-order on eBay as
Correct. We're gonna, and I know
Yeah.
that they have a 25 incentive variant for Radiant Pink,
Mhm.
and we're gonna be setting up bundles for that. What the thing that I'm most excited about on the Radiant Pink is if you look at that cover A, Deegan, you really got to do something good for them because they didn't do it on that one. You're going to
I'm-
save this comic book, okay?
I'm not gonna say anything negative about somebody else's artwork.
No, you never do. You never do.
It just not be your style is all.
There you go. That's a good way to put it. Yeah, like it's very, very diplomatic way to kind of go.
Art is in the eye of the beholder, right?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
Exactly.
not everybody's style appeals to everyone.
Yes,
It's
very
true.
true.
Look, I've gone through an art museum, and the common question that I ask all the time is, "What time is dinner? When are we getting out of here?" I still can't figure out why they've made it Radiant P ink.
I'm not sure if that's just for that cover in particular or if it's going to be the trade dress across the board. Oh, that's an important thing. So our variant covers are going to be trade dress variants. We all agreed that we feel that a comic book looks the most like a comic book when it has the logos and stuff on it. So we're going that direction. That's also going to be able to allow us to keep it at a more affordable variant cover price. You know, like the Virgin variants get more expensive and things like that. And we really wanted these to be accessible for people. And we'll be announcing a lot of the details and stuff on the pricing and the bundles, you know, all those specifics in the next few weeks once we actually have the artwork and everything to show you guys. Because unfortunately right now I don't have anything far enough along to show you guys, but so once we get all that kind of sorted out and stuff like that, we're going to have a website that you can go to pre-order it. Like Greg said, we're going to have them on eBay to pre-order. We're going to be doing Whatnot live sales on the launch days of both comic books. And if you're lucky enough to live in Georgia or the surrounding area and feel like making a drive, we're going to be doing 2 in-store signing events for each cover. So we're going to be doing one on launch day Wednesday and one on the same week Saturday. That way, you know, as many people as possible get a chance to come into the store, buy a copy, get me to sign it in person, you know, have me remark it for you, you know, meet everybody in the team. Sadly, Greg won't be able to make it out because it's a little bit of a trek for him, but yeah, we're going to be up there and having a really good time. So it's going to be awesome. And I'm super excited because I can tell you guys right now, my covers, I'm wanting to make really exciting and dynamic and very like in your face, you know, bright, bold. It's going to be cool. It's definitely my style. So yeah, it's going to be the most Deegan thing you've ever seen.
and we're also working on some really, really cool. If you just want to get the autograph and you're ordering it and we're going to ship it to you, you're not opting for the yellow label. We're trying to make sure we get some really legitimate, nice looking COAs for it as well.
Yes, absolutely.
Which by the way, I've tested out the raised letter stamp. Works great. Even works on a card stock.
That's good.
Oh, that's always good. That's awesome.
Yes. So I want to, I want people to feel like they got their money's worth. And Rob put this in before, and this is referring to the
previous.
Yes, the nightclub. Yes, it is. Not only it's $1.99 book. This is like a gauntlet that's being thrown down by Mark Millar.
Mm-hmm.
You say, what they say, take that, Marvel and DC. They want to prove that a good story can be written and sold for $1.99, and try to bring the prices back to a reasonable number so we can, not have to get a second job to go to a new comic book day every week, and promoting it this. And a lot of the news, I've seen this on news stories on news agencies that they're saying that a comic book is coming out at $1.99 from a very prominent writer.
Yeah.
If you're wondering, can it be done? Not that long ago, Sweet Tooth came out, and that was $1. So there is. Sorry.
Even Saga in the background here, it was a big thing when they came back. I don't know, a couple months ago or half a year ago, from that long hiatus, and it still was $2.99 from when it went on hiatus.
Mm-hmm.
So.
But yeah, just because a book is a lower price does not mean it is less worth investing in.
Yeah, no, I mean it's an incredible creative team. I mean, of course you got Mark Millar, and then God, I wish I could remember his name, but the artist that's doing that did cover A, as you see on the screen, and the interiors. I'm not sure how to pronounce his name, so I don't want to butcher it. But he's a Marvel artist. He's done a lot of stuff for Marvel in the past, so he's a really good artist. So it's going to have great interior artwork as well. And to go back to the $1.99 thing, of course, unfortunately, our cover is not going to be able to be $1.99. The costs that go into making exclusive variants is very high, so we won't be able to quite hit that price. But we're still going to try to make it as affordable as possible.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked at all the expenses that go into doing this, even for just $5. I'm like, whoa, no wonder everybody doesn't do it. But yeah.
No, now, exclusives and stuff would never be in that price. But
I just want to make it clear to everybody.
It's more of that it's called that like you said, the gauntlet that's being thrown and the attention that it's going to grab because of it. That there's going to be a lot of eyes on it. It's not just some YouTube channel made a little exclusive that's got like a couple copies, type of thing. This is a big book.
I know. I'm really excited because the story sounds incredible. That's what really hooked me. I was like, I love horror. I love superheroes. So kind of mixing those together in a neat, fun way is cool. I'm always a sucker for teenage superheroes. And then a great creative team, and the fact that he's out there trying to see if he can kind of save the inflating comic book price. I'm super supportive of that as a fan, not just as an artist in the field. Like I'm really rooting for this book to do well, because I want there to be more affordable comics for people, so it's not such a huge barrier to entry.
Kids.
And I really think that anything Millar is going to get optioned real quick.
Well, that's the thing too, is this comic is actually a part of the agreement that he signed with Netflix, where basically Netflix already owns this story and it's already optioned. So it's basically like ready to go, like right off the bat. So there's a good chance that you could see a show of this in a couple of years, pretty quickly. So, so we're insanely excited about this. I'm really happy to be working with you guys too. I think it's going to be really, really fun.
In case you personally, the viewer, are not intimately close know what Deegan's art looks like, Syndicate Comics hooked up some raw copies. Deegan took time out of his day to run over and sign them, and then I ran over and picked them up. So we have, for this live stream, we're going to be giving away 3 signed copies of Supermassive #1. This is the Deegan Pecoris one that I just showed you, the 9.8, signed right there. So you'll be able to see his art. Yes. So let's give one away right now.
Woo! Let's do it.
Oh my.
Oh my. So.
Oh my.
I don't know where that came from.
Oh my.
What's our hashtag
over here? Variant. How about that?
Oh yeah, there you go.
Where am I going? StreamYard. Tool giveaway.
Oh, and Shane said, yep, Mark Millar's Magic Order is already in production at Netflix. So that's another one of those books that was a part of that deal. Yeah, that's crazy. Oh, and I just saw Larry. He said geez Louise. Oh, man, that's a hefty payday right there.
No wonder he's got the money. No wonder he can afford to make a comic book for $1.99.
Well, it's funny, in one of the interviews that he did about the comic, he kind of said that. He was kind of like, I'm kind of in a place where I'm lucky right now. I can take the risk, so why not try it? So I'm like, man, that's cool.
Larry also said he's going to buy 10, so we got our first 10 sold. This is limited to 500.
God, that's an important thing I didn't say. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so excited. I should have had a bullet point list of things I should have said, but yeah. So they are both going to be 500 print runs. So they're not massive print runs at all. They will disappear quickly, or at least we hope. And so it's really awesome. And thank you guys for wanting me to be a part of it with you guys and make the artwork. And huge thank you to Syndicate for kind of being our guiding light with the whole thing, and running through the process.
Doing all the legwork and communicating image or crunch all the numbers and giving us a list of things. Team Ohana. guys, you take care of this, and this, and we're going to run with it and make sure we get it all taken care of.
Yeah.
But there, John is the one that is the business guru in this, and if he's watching this today, thank you so much. We're so excited.
Yeah, absolutely.
My biggest takeaway, and I've already said it to other people, is I want to be able to have this comic book 20 years from now when I'm retired, either on a beach or on a mountain. I don't care which, as long as I'm retired. Looking down at a book and I flip it over and I see Team Ohana, I go, that's me. Then I can have my stroke and die and I'll be fine. So, put this in my casket,
All right, so we got 7 entries.
All right.
So Stinker Buns, when did you jump into Trat? Well, welcome. Okay. Yes. So
before you guys do that, welcome everybody and thank you guys for stopping in for the announcements, and you'll be hearing us talk about it incessantly for the next couple months, so we apologize in advance. But honestly, all of your guys' support would mean a ton. We're really taking a bit of a risk here in doing this, and we think it's going to be awesome. So we hope that you guys go along for the ride with us and pick up a copy and just help us make this successful, because it can't be successful without all you guys. So
I like this. Go big, Rich. Retire at the mountain beach.
Yeah, nothing like that.
Crater Lake.
Yeah, I would say the beach does not have to be an ocean beach.
That's true.
I used to live in the mountains. We had a river beach.
There you
Well,
go.
yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to be bringing up Crater Lake in a second. So we last chance for anybody #variant to win one of the 3 supermassive signed variants that Deegan drew. This was his first book that he got, first cover art.
Yeah, that is my first official published cover work. So that's that one will always hold a special place in my heart for sure. And it's a good primer. It's a good primer for getting into the massive verse if you haven't already, so you kind of get a taste of what these radiant characters are all about.
And I forgot to mention the last live stream. Tito knows this. If you win one, please don't enter for another drawing. We're not going to let you have 2 because we want to give everybody a chance to win.
Yeah, because you might go on a crazy string of luck like last time where
John's here.
Duck Wang.
Is John here?
Yes.
Yay.
John, the man with the plan.
Oh, dude, you got video?
Raise the roof. Raise the roof. I just want to let people know with Supermassive, you have the first appearance of Dead Lucky, and the first appearance of Inferno Girl Red, and the first appearance of Rogue Sun. So if you're into the first appearances,
it's a triple key.
Triple key.
Oh man.
All right, let's spin this. John, you can't enter because I'm not going to give you the book back.
Oh, damn! I think I hit it right before Demolly 1 hit.
Xbox Gamer.
There you go, Xbox Gamer.
Congratulations. Well, Richard, you have 2 more to give away, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So don't fret. Don't fret. If you miss somebody, they can get in on the next one for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there'll be one less person rolling against you now. So stick around, DMLL. Stick around. Please.
You pulled the ripcord on that one. You're like, abort.
Yeah, it's like what do you call it? You ever see Army of Darkness? Klaatu, Varata, All right. I've said the words.
But yeah, so there we go, guys. Those are our huge announcements, and like I said, we're gonna have a bunch more coming up over the next few weeks. Once I get the artwork finished and we get that approved through Image, we'll show that to you guys as soon as possible. And we're gonna be doing some really cool stuff. We'll be talking about it on live streams. I'll come on, I'm sure, as a guest, and maybe we'll do some art giveaways where I can do some custom nightclub and Radiant Pink art on the live stream, and we can give those away. And we'll do all kinds of fun stuff. It's going to be awesome. So
Great.
If you're around Baltimore, Deegan and I are going to be hanging out in Baltimore.
Yes,
The Comic-Con.
yes.
Baltimore. We're just going to be
weekend.
walking Baltimore streets.
Yeah, we'll be outside the building. I'll just be like, I wish I could go inside.
Hey!
I heard they have a great.
You want to buy a
aquarium.
comic book?
They do, Rob. They do. I love that.
No, I know.
aquarium.
I've been there.
Fantastic.
It's just-
Georgia
But
has a
anyway.
pretty good aquarium.
But yeah, so we'll
Anyway.
be at Baltimore Comic Con the last weekend of the month. So definitely come by, say hello. I'll have a table there, so definitely come by and say hi. Maybe I'll have a sneak peek of the artwork that I can show you by
That's
then.
where I was going with that.
Yeah, a little incentive there.
And a little self plug also. But if you see Greg there, he's actually going to be wearing our Team Ohana shirt with our logo, which he should be getting on Wednesday.
Yep.
And hopefully we'll have Etsy worked out before then. So if you really like it, you can go, hey, I'm going to buy one.
Yeah.
Oh, Larry's going to be there.
Oh,
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Larry's coming. I'm going to be there Saturday.
nice.
So
Busiest day of the weekend. Nice.
Guys, go out to dinner. Go out to dinner.
Yeah.
All right. So I'd like to segue into Rob's section of the video.
Woo.
So last week, after we had our little live stream off, it wasn't a live stream, a video conference discussing this between Deegan, Greg, John, and myself. Right afterwards, I saw that I had a message from Rob asking if I wanted to be on another show of Only Slabs, and I'm like, yeah. And I was thinking, he asked me 2 different dates. What did I say? November 16th, I think it is.
something like that. Yeah, that's the November date.
I'll have the
Yeah,
date.
because one was October 15th and the other was November. I think it's 12th.
Right. And I'm thinking by
What it is.
November, we'll definitely have the cover art approved and I can show it on the channel and everything else.
Mhm.
It can help kind of promote the book. And I asked what he's been up to. Now, this is what I was saying before. Remind me Crater Lake. A few months ago, Crater Lake is in Oregon. A few months ago, my mom passed away. It was a long battle with cancer, and her ashes were spread at Crater Lake. It was one of her favorite places. So yes, I do know that they have like a beachy area, and it's in the mountains. So it was very poignant that you said that. And the fact that's my little segue, Rob. It's all you. Go for it.
Yeah. So last year on YouTube, Cardboard Crazies, if you guys know Cardboard Crazies at all, he launched, did a 24-hour marathon live stream and did an event called Comics Curing Cancer, where he was raising money on his own and then donating that to the American Cancer Society. During the event, I shouldn't say we, because all I did was make a donation back then. During the event, he had a lot of artists, community artists as well, come on, and people donated stuff to auctions, and they managed to raise over $8,000, which was donated to the American Cancer Society. The ACS then was so impressed that they adopted it as an official event. So this year, Comics Curing Cancer is kicking off. We're going to be hosting it this month here at the end of October, the 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Chris from Cardboard Crazies he's not able to host it and run it. He's got a newborn that's due about that same week.
Congratulations.
Might be a little bit busy.
Yeah.
So I kind of got, I had already been for a while now linked up with my one of my channel partners who does pressing, where all my donation or all the usually these partnerships, you get a discount code and you get some kind of kickback. I don't take kickbacks. So instead he makes a donation for everything to Comics Curing Cancer. It turns out his wife works for the ACS and is the ACS rep that does it. So I kind of ended up through all these connections, got connected. And so I'm kind of spearheading it. And what we're doing this year is instead of just doing a 24-hour marathon, which I've done those when I was young, I'm sure as hell not doing them when I'm old. Instead, we're going to take advantage of overlapping circles in the comic book community and make it a more true community event. So I'm going to be kicking it off actually on along with Mark from Legion of Comics, we're going to be kicking off on his Friday morning event, and we'll be working with other comic book creators, Gary B, DJ Lynx, Brian LCS, Whack Comics, John's Comics and Kids, with Kids, my channel, Tylox the Mighty, Remy Q, the Burke Fam 54. All these different channels are going to be hosting different events throughout that 3-day weekend. We're going to have a schedule of stuff. Some of it will be just putting on regular events, like my Only Slabs will be show, which is on Saturday, will be a regular show. Only throughout it, we'll keep reminding people, hey, you can go here and make a donation.
Mhm.
And some of the events will have like DJ Lynx's show, he's going to have a bunch of different artists, a mix of community artists, and he's got some professional artists, including Javon Jordan, John Jang, a couple others that escape me off the top of my head right this moment, who will be doing different things during his broadcast, including potentially some live drawings and selling off those drawings. So it's an event. Everything's is now, fortunately, is able to be donated directly to the ACS. So nobody's got to worry about stuff being skimmed around or whatever else. All the money's going in, no third parties. And our goal is to, again, hopefully hit at least that 8,000. We'd really like to hit $10,000 this year for the ACS. And we think that this use of these overlapping circles and different events will really help to go. And then what we're going to do is, among other things, Sunday will end. We'll start at noon on Sunday with an auction. A lot of items that have been donated, slabs, original art, pages, art sketches, Funkos, everything that's comic book related type stuff. We'll be having an auction. It will everything goes to the Comics Curing Cancer. And then also throughout the week, when we're doing the regular shows and we're just steering people to go make a donation, everybody who makes a donation of $25 or more will get put up on a wheel. And we're going to it will have on Saturday night at Remy's place, that's the name of his show, we're going to be doing double spins. So we'll have one wheel that's names. When your name comes up, then we spin the prize wheel or the thank you gift wheel, and for which you get. So we have a bunch of slabs and other stuff that'll be on, and comic books and signed books, keys, etc. that'll be on the prize wheel as well. So that's kind of our big event, but that is dovetails into you, not only with your connection, your story. You generously have decided you wanted to make a donation.
I'm giving 7 slabs. Okay.
Thank you, sir, very much. Thank you very much for that. Indeed.
These are the 7 slabs, guys. Now, first off, I know a lot of you guys actually have your own comics channels and everything else like that. If you can make a donation, this is a fantastic cause. If you can't, get to the auction and buy one of these books. Either way, you help it. Even if you just tune in and watch and tell other people, that would even help too.
And if I can, before you do that, real quick,
Sure.
We're still looking for items as well too. So if you're interested in making a donation of a slab, a key, or whatever, or if you're a community artist or a professional artist who happens to be watching this and you'd like to be involved and want to just reach out to me on Instagram at robs.fatstacks, and I will get with you and make connections and figure out how we can get you involved on coming on one of the shows for live drawings, or just be part of the auction, or just to collect your items and to get those up and be a part of the program to help raise money for this event.
I'm going to reach out to you. I'd love to donate a sketch cover. Like, I'll do some art on a sketch cover.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because we do have some artists that are doing that, whether it be whether it's something that's already done, or we have some that are future commissions, a voucher for a future commission and stuff. That way people can work out stuff. Either way, we can definitely work with you. I thank you very much.
Thank you, absolutely.
Sorry, not talking to you guys. You guys aren't my dear. My wife just brought my food.
Hey, we started the show with an "I love you," so come
that's
on.
Right. I can't even do that. I'm not 16. I don't know how to do that stuff.
Well, actually,
no, I really love this.
Well,
I love
this is the shape of the heart, honestly, guys.
Right, sorry. Yeah.
No, I really love this. I think it's really cool. And I lost my grandma to cancer when I was in high school. And that hit me really hard. And so cancer has always been, something,
Cancer's that ultimate villain. Everybody has some connection just about to somebody who's gone through it or survived it or passed away from it or whatever else. And it's our chance for everyone to be a hero and get involved and help. As Mark has coined it, hashtag cock punch cancer.
Yeah.
I'm just all kick cancer in the ass, but he's
So the 7 books that Team Ohana is going to be the donating. I tried to cover a bunch of different genres to make sure that something for everybody. If you're a Walking Dead fan, I've got Walking Dead number 115, the Skybound Mega Box Edition in a 9.8.
You'll make yourself big.
Yeah, let me do that.
There we go.
Nope.
Yeah.
Just remove that.
There we go.
Okay.
There you go.
So yeah, we've got the Skybound Mega Box, Walking Dead number 115, 9.8 white page. Don't want to break any of these before I donate them, right? Got a crossover number 1. This is one of the variants in a 9.8.
Nice.
Unfortunately, this one's only a 9.6. I was hoping a 9.8, but if you like Luke Skywalker, you've got the negative space variant.
That's a cool one.
It is.
Giving a 9.8 local comic book shop day. Something is Killing the Children, number 1 foil.
Nice.
Awesome.
Hard book to get a good reflection on because of the light and its foil. Grimm number 1, that's second printing in a 9.8.
That was hard to find.
Yep. Newer book, Dark Ages number 1 in a 9.8.
Oh.
And the last one was one that blew up and it died down a little bit, but I'm pretty sure it'll go back up again once she makes her appearance again. But it is the Miss Minutes of Timeless in a 9.8.
Very nice. Thank you, sir. That's
You're quite
very
welcome.
generous.
So if any of those books are something that you're looking for, make sure you get to this auction. And if you see it sell for $50 on eBay, don't try to get it for a bargain. Make sure you go to 55 because eBay's not making the money. We're kicking Cancer's ass.
That's right. And for anyone who's wondering, the ticker that you see going across, there's 2 different addresses. One is the American This one is coming up right now, the main acsevents.org. That's just the channel. If you're not going to be around, you don't care to be in the auction, whatever else, that's the go-to where you can just donate, and that will be the donation page throughout. And it's open now to collect donations. The second is my YouTube channel where we'll be hosting the auction itself on Sunday. So if you're not there, you can enter that and then hit the notification bell or something so you'll know when it goes off, or you can just search Rob Fatstacks on YouTube and I come up.
And those links are in the chat, so you can copy them.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Yes. No, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Can I add some slabs?
Yes.
On the fly?
Sure.
Absolutely, sir.
Okay. Number 1 here is going to be this.
Wait.
Ah! Okay.
I keep trying to do it, but I don't have control. So
and I just learned how. It's like it's drag.
Yeah,
that's good. That's good.
Drag your ass over here.
The first one is going to be this signed copy
that's
of
beautiful.
Fear State number 1 Alpha by Natalie Sanders.
Yeah, Natalie Sanders killed it with that whole series of magazine covers she's done.
Yeah,
I've gotten most of them, and I'll tell you, I've gotten rid of all. I stopped even buying the virgins because they look stupid when you're doing a magazine cover. And it's supposed to look like you need all that trade.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. And the signature's like really pops and it looks good.
Yeah.
I wish I had that pretty of a signature. My goodness.
Talk amongst yourselves. I've got to go get all the slabs.
You go. That's one of those things for you to go work on.
I'll be perfectly honest. It might be a conflict of interest, but I might be bidding on that book.
Yeah, it's not a conflict of interest because you just don't give into cancer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or giving to cancer research, not cancer. No one gives to cancer. Well, actually, lots of people do, unfortunately. That's what we're trying to stop.
And it's funny because my mom passed away this year, and it's been a battle she's been fighting for a few years. I'm 54, and that's the first person I've lost to cancer.
Unfortunately, in my family, it's pretty prevalent. I always half joke with my doctor that, well, look at me. I'm a big overweight guy. It's either going to be a heart attack or cancer. It's not a question of if, it's just a matter of when.
I plan on choking on a Tootsie Roll, but I'm going to keep it obscure. No, I smoked for 41 years. I mean, I'm planning,
That used to be the thing back in the day. Where I used to say, "Yeah, well, look at me. I drink, I smoke, and I eat red meat, but I don't smoke anymore, and I barely drink." But
I don't really drink to excess, except
No.
a couple of times by mistake, which I learned from. Don't bring a whole bottle of tequila onto a live stream. but yeah, I quit smoking 4 years ago, and
Good,
at the same time, I
congratulations.
went vegan. So we just
Oh,
did the
wow.
which
you went to go the Kevin Smith route. Good for you. Hopefully, you did it
Actually,
without the heart attack. No heart attack in between. I hope.
no, it was a
Yeah.
couple of videos on Netflix that guilted me into it.
Oh, all right.
All right.
Go
ready?
for it. You're back on.
Okay. This is a 9.6 of Lumberjanes.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I believe there's a series coming.
Yes, there is.
thought-
So there's that
Coming
bad
or did
boy.
it already come?
I think
I
the
th-
one that came already was Paper Girls.
Oh,
Wasn't it?
yeah. That's
Yeah,
what it was.
I
That's
always-
what I'm
yeah.
confused in my head.
Yeah.
And Paper Girls did not explode like everybody, like a lot of people hoped. So I'm like, well, you're competing with Sandman, you idiots. It's coming out the same time.
Yeah, and I think there was some like,
Different demographics.
isn't it
They
similar?
also didn't promote it very well.
Yeah,
Like,
I-
there was
I didn't-
barely any commercials for it,
I-
even
yeah,
on Amazon.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but I Lumberjanes, I actually have a 9.8. I'm not donating. I'm sorry.
It's all good. D Molly, yes. Lumberjanes. Next, we've got my attempt to get onto the Stray Dogs super bandwagon, but this is Stray Dogs Days #1. This is one of my favorite movies, Shaun of the Dead homage.
I love those horror movie poster homages that they did for that series.
Yeah.
I keep seeing more and more, and I'm like, oh yeah, that is a horror. Like, I'm surprised how many there are.
I know they've gotten into some deep cuts too, like
Yeah.
like deep horror movies. I'm like, I don't think normies are gonna know what this is a reference to.
Now, as much as you love Shaun of the Dead, I'm actually surprised you're parting with that book, man. We're good for you. That means a lot.
I'm feeling the community and the
Yes.
support and the love and the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what I was telling Mrs. Ohana about this is the part that I love the most is that I'm in a position that I can help.
yeah.
I mean, we only
Mhm.
have 1,000 subscribers. We're still trying to get more, but we're still reaching a number of people with a comma in it where we can try to get more attention to this and just feel like we're a part of something that's bigger than ourselves.
Yeah, no, that's for same things like to me as I'm driving to that 1,000 mark. Once we get there, I had said for so long that it wasn't going to monetize. But what I've been convinced to do is when we do get there and we monetize the channel, that 100% of the monetization is going to be going to Comics Curing Cancer. Just like everything that goes on my merch store and everything that comes from my partnerships with all the other partners that I set up with the channel.
Mhm.
Everything goes to Comics Curing Cancer. I don't take any of it.
That's awesome.
And in case anybody's curious, yes, when we broke 1,000, we did monetize. And we're up to $10.64 now.
Woohoo!
Dude, don't tell
How are
me
you going to
that.
split that? I mean,
Don't
that's,
forget me on your way up.
I know.
I know. You could go to McDonald's and get like 20-piece nuggets, right?
No,
And
they have the adult Happy Meals now.
They
You can get
do?
yourself a
They
little
what?
toy, a little Big Mac.
I can't even eat their fries because their fries have beef powder.
Oh, but I just had an epiphany. What I'm gonna do for that sketch cover I'm gonna give you is I'm gonna do a blank radiant black cover with radiant pink on it.
Ooh,
Pink
Nice.
is the color, for
That's
cancer
gonna be
awareness
awesome.
and stuff. So yeah, I think
That is
that'd be a nice, way to tie everything
Thank
in.
you.
So,
That's going to
yeah,
be
absolutely.
brilliant.
Yeah, so sorry, I'll reach out to you on Instagram.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we'll
thank
get
you.
that all figured out for sure.
Shout out to Xbox Gamer complimenting my hat. Although I gotta be that guy and say it's actually the Blue Lantern. But I love you and thank you.
I didn't even know it was a lantern. I thought it was something from like Rogue One.
No, I don't. I don't have Star Wars memorabilia like that. I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's go.
I'm a
Next is-
DC idiot. We always
There you go.
everybody. It's like, yeah,
Whoa.
pointing that out.
Berserker #1, Keanu Reeves, Matt Kent.
Wow.
Rare one, man.
This is the. I don't know if it's too rare. I think this is. I don't know, but either way, it's cool. It's optioned for Netflix already. It was like when it came out, so yeah. And it's Keanu Reeves. It's awesome.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Next, we've got a 9.8 of House of Slaughter #1. The one, I want to say it's a 1 in 10. It might be a 1 in 25. I think it's a 1 in 10.
That's a foil.
It is a foil. Yeah. Virgin variant. So there you go. You got that.
It's a bad thing with those foil covers. It's so hard to get it to where it's not glaring.
Well, and my monitor, my camera's on top of my monitor, so like it's just like bright screen.
Yeah, distance is actually your friend there.
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, over the last couple of years, I mean, I think that's a lesson we've all learned.
I just run a solid black background.
That's a good idea, actually. Let me do that, or at least darker. How's this?
Oh,
nice.
Sleepwalker #1, first appearance, 9.4.
He's a fun character. I'm surprised that didn't have more, weight in the comic book.
Yeah, I mean,
but he's constantly blowing up, rumored and shoots up in value multiple times.
He's like a micro Mephisto.
Yes.
And I'm surprised I'm doing this one. Not to toot my own tuba, but like I said, I'm feeling the love.
The Lobo.
This. Don't do that to me.
Okay.
This is the
book so bad.
This is the first book I ever got slabbed. And it finally came back because I didn't realize that
2.5 years later,
CBCS was so.
At least they didn't lose it
without fast track. You're right. You're right.
Did you have it pressed by them too while you were at it?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
2 years.
I didn't know anything at the time.
Well, it didn't used to be this bad, but
yeah. So this is Justice League 64, Justice League of America 64, first Silver Age appearance of Red Tornado.
Oh, nice.
So it's a mid grade, but it presents well.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So
and again, that's another one of those covers that it was the cover that sold the comic book.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
I'm not gonna lie, as an artist, the first thing I noticed was the tornado from his hand, and all I could think to myself was, that'd be such a pain in the ass to draw.
Yeah, because it was actually drawn back then.
Golly,
he draws. He just draws on a tablet. He still has to draw it.
No, but
I do a little bit of both. Yeah.
Nowadays on tablets, among other things you can do is you can create a pattern, segment it, then repeat it, and then make it basically you draw a line and it just copies. It goes.
Yeah.
That's how a lot of not everything, but this is a different era.
I know some guys that literally have a brush for Spider-Man's webbing.
Yeah.
And they literally just draw and it's Spider-Man's web. And I'm like, no, I'm going to take 6 hours and draw every goddamn one of them.
Original webbing or McFarlane webbing?
Like McFarlane style webbing.
Oh, that's dumb.
Yeah.
He's not even dead. He's got to be rolling over in his grave.
So those are my 7.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. No, I mean, I went through my collection so far, and I have a ton of stuff obviously that I pulled because I really want to make sure it's a success, including some, very early Submariner stuff that's going up. And but I'm waffling on, like, I'm really close to pulling a trigger on a couple of my Golden Age slabs. But it is like okay, will I put it, because I got a Buck Rogers Golden Age slab that I'm thinking of throwing up there. I just haven't. I've almost pulled my trigger, but I can't quite. I don't know. We'll see. It depends upon what else. If I need something to help us get over the top, because it's a 9.6 Golden Age Buck Rogers.
Wow.
That alone should get you over the top. Jeez.
It very well may be going in the pile. So just because I haven't put any sci-fi stuff in there yet.
Wow.
But no, thank you guys. I mean, I was happy just to come on here and talk about it. But the generosity, thank you very much. And then, Rich, did you want to talk about the other thing?
Now you got me curious. Which other thing?
I don't want to speak out of turn.
Private chat it.
Yeah, I will.
I still don't understand. It's been. I'm literally doing like 3 hours a.
Yeah, we've been getting up at 3 a.m. A lot of days.
Oh, to watch stuff.
Yeah.
God, you guys are crazy.
Yeah, we are. East Coast Live Matter. They're all about
exactly.
East Coast Lives Matter.
People are home going, what?
I know, God, because it's football season, so I'm starting to watch, like the primetime games and stuff.
Yeah.
And man, I'm like, they're going until like 11, 11:30, midnight. I'm like, I don't want to do this. I'm like, why does it have to start so late?
Do you have a favorite team?
Yeah, I'm a lifelong Philadelphia Eagles fan. So yeah.
Interesting.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Right,
Rob said, "I'm sorry."
Does it make more sense now, Rich?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Yes. One of the things that well, how about one of each? Okay. The auction takes place a month and a half or so before our exclusive books hit the stands, become available. I will take out of my pocket personally, and we're going to auction off during his auction. He's going to auction off for us one copy of the signed of each of our two variants. So that knocks it right down to $4.99 remaining. Well, you'll be bidding on, and you'll get like a promissory email saying as soon as it comes out, we'll send it to you.
Right. That's awesome.
You'll get the certificate like in Jingle All the Way. Well, this entitles you to a Turbo Man doll.
Now we can actually send you the certificate in advance as soon as you do that. That's not a problem.
And when is the date on it again?
The auction is going to be on the Sunday the 23rd. The event will start on Friday the 21st of October.
Okay, awesome. We might have the artwork by then. I'm not sure yet, but we might be able to at least show people what they'd be getting. Yeah, right. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
And if not then definitely during my time on Rob's channel during Only Slabs, which will be mid-November. I don't remember if it's
November 12th.
12th? I was going to say sometime between the 10th and the 30th. I know it's in there. I've got it saved on my calendar, but I don't have my calendar here, so I'm sorry. It wouldn't be a live stream without me forgetting
Team Ohana on Saturday, November 12th.
There we go. And this time, Greg will actually be joining as well and showing some of his books.
2:30 p.m. Eastern, 11:30 a.m. Pacific.
That's a Saturday, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to make sure that if I do work, I am out of there by 11:30 at the latest. Maybe 12. I'm fine. It's a half hour plus. I always wind up with things I have to do when I walk in the door. But I don't want to just run in, throwing a T-shirt on, and that's what we did the other night with what was it? The trailer, wasn't it? Black Panther trailer.
Yes.
Yeah,
that's right. It's on YouTube. At least you don't need to have pants on unless you stand up.
That's right.
No, I mean I like ran in the door, yanked my greasy shirt off, threw another my Black Panther shirt on, got on the camera. I'm like, dude, let's wrap this up. I stink. Welcome back, family. You know. I think I can actually still smell the grease in here too. That's how bad it was. But I couldn't wait. I had to see that trailer, man. I was so excited. Hey, let's give away the second of the Supermassive sign books, and we're going to make sure that DM Alloy, the Malloy, that person. I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Just call him Malloy.
Malloy. Okay.
Malloy.
We're going to make sure that you're in it. So, what do we want as hashtag no cancer? How about that?
There you go.
Sure.
And guys, I know that they don't come with a certificate of authenticity, but I am hereby verifying that I did indeed sign those books today.
Yes.
You can just
You ever-
clip that. Right
Yeah,
there.
just clip that. Clip that
It means
out.
just as much.
It's a
I know,
videos,
seriously. Yeah.
a video certificate of authenticity.
Interesting. Yeah.
I just for giggles, I actually had started creating my own COAs for the books I get signed myself at the cons and whatnot. If nothing else, just because they remind me where I got it signed and when.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
But the sad part is that actually the ones you generate yourself mean, depending on what information you put on it, could actually mean more than some ones you buy at the stores. Because mine at least say the book, the issue number, the date, and it's very specific to that book, as opposed to just the generic ones you see sometimes where it says we certified this piece was signed by the person who signed it.
Mhm. Yeah.
No,
Where they're
wanna
like,
actually-
we print this out for every book ever.
Yeah, exactly. There's a one retailer that comes to mind that I can just photocopy that and put that on any book.
Yeah. My favorite certificate of authenticity of all time was Don Mattingly used to have a restaurant. And when he closed it down, he auctioned off all the stuff that was inside there, and all the money went to the Children's Hospital in New York.
Uh-huh.
Every item that you bought came with a certificate of authenticity signed by Don Mattingly. So I'm like, I just bought a $20 sign, and it came with a certificate of authenticity that the autograph is worth like $50. So
Oh,
Can I get a COA for the COA?
exactly. I just keep this going, and each one is worth.
I know it's going to turn into one of those Instagram stories where they just keep sharing the story, so it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller.
oh,
until the-
yeah.
So I did see that D. Malloy. There we go. I finally got it. He is in this one, and we're legitimately going to give a last call here. # no cancer. We're giving away the second Supermassive #1 signed right there by Mr. Deegan Pecoris, who's in the room, and he is verified that he has signed it. Can't get any better than that. Yes, I wasn't going to roll until I saw you were in, Mr. Malloy. Mr. Malloy now. We're on a more formal basis. All right, so give it a roll.
Shop
Shop
for
for
comics.
Shop for
comics.
Congratulations, my man. Shop.
We still have one
Clap
more.
hands.
One more to go, so don't everybody run away. This is good, Shop. Congratulations. I have not sent out your Wednesday new comic book day video books because just in case you won, I was going to put this in the same box. So my intentional procrastination has paid off.
For you.
Yeah.
Ah,
The upside for Shop is he has less trash and recycling to have to deal with.
yes.
And less chances for the carrier to damage it. Instead of
Right.
2 packages, it's 1 package. So
Yeah.
Or he could lose one. He
But-
could damage one package and damage more books. But
He does miss out on that second Gemini mailer.
I was thinking about that. I mean, that's how I got all mine.
I know.
Me too.
All of the anytime I ship a commission to somebody, I'm like, this is a secondhand Gemini mailer from the many comic books that I
you're
order.
reusing.
Yeah,
I used to, but I've gotten to the point now since I do multiple shipments a week with my giveaways that we do on Only Slabs. I just buy them. I buy them by the case and use new ones most of the time, and because a lot of the ones I get are the corner edges are already bashed in and it doesn't have as much protection.
Rob making us look bad.
Well, that's just my big
I'm just kidding.
ego. I also rail on everybody about packaging, so I have to be super all my unboxings. I'm always complaining about packaging, so I have to make sure that my packaging is like
Yeah,
pristine,
you
like-
can't get caught slipping on your packaging.
Yeah,
Otherwise people are gonna be like,
and I've gotten to the science now with books in a Gemini where it's like one little sticker that holds the wrap shut that doesn't really stick too bad, so you can peel that off, and then the rest of it's all just held by the box and just comes on, so you could be at your books in a matter of moments.
I like
But
that.
they're well protected.
I make people work to get
Jazz
to their
hands.
commissions. I'm like, I use like packing tape on the bubble wrap and stuff. Like it's
It's all
gonna take
about
half an hour.
3
to
inches,
get through it.
3 inches of packing tape, or if you use the painter's tape, the people who use the 2-inch wide painter's tape
Oh,
across
yeah.
the. Oh,
and
They
make a
always-
pull tab. Make a pull tab.
Yes, that's the key.
And the ones who don't do that, they use a 2-inch tape there, and then they put it in a Tyvek mailer. Oh man, I hate those Tyvek mailers.
I
What are
can't.
those ones?
The post office, they're the white bag mailers that have the self pull label. They're made out of Tyvek, so they don't tear.
Yeah.
And so when you make it super tight, the only way to get into it basically is take a blade and pray you miss the books.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And I
Sim-
really dislike so many times I've opened books where I've sliced the poly bag from the bag in the board, and I'm just managed to magically miss the books. Knock on wood.
Oh God.
I can't stand when they use like box tape
Mhm.
inside the
polybags.
inside the Gemini
Yeah,
mailer anywhere.
yeah.
Really, it's just like, dude,
That's just to seal the outside of that's all you need.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wrap the bubble wrap around the book, and then I put one little piece of packing tape on it to keep the bubble wrap together.
Oh, I
And
just have
so
stickers.
people would hate me.
I have my stickers with this ugly mug, and I get branding because it's all about branding. And that I use that sticker that holds the bubble wrap closed, and then that is all you need, and it actually comes off pretty easily.
I like it.
Yeah, I'm sure people hate me because of it.
Yeah, then you just fold the sides of the bubble wrap under and put it inside the box. The box will hold it shut. There's no need to put tape around the sides of bubble wrap and everything else, folks. Okay, the box will hold it
Public
shut.
service announcement.
Well, the only reason that I like to at least have one piece of tape is because I don't want the guy or girl, the person who takes it out of the package to
However
pull
they
up
identify.
yeah. However, they pull up on the bubble wrap and it all goes whizz, and shoots your comic books across the floor. You know, like some party favor. You know? I want them to be able to pick it up and it stay that they open it at their discretion. But when I ship a slab, I'm actually now in love with pool noodles.
I was, and but I have actually just got introduced. I'm going to be testing. I just a new product called Slab Shipper, which I just saw. You probably saw it the same place I did. They announced it on the EGS announcement.
Yes, yeah, that's what I just saw.
So I went to go look at this to see what it was, and it's
Wait. Breaking news now on Team Ohana. Go ahead.
Right. So last night on EGS, they announced YouTube channel. They announced their new slabs were now going to be in place. They're going to stop using the comic skins starting next week. They'll start using that, and then along with that, they're now getting rid of the bubble wrap and stuff, and they're going to this slab shipper, and they're foam inserts that go inside of a standard priority 1095 box, and it allows them to put, depending upon which way you orient them, you can put up to 3 comics in there, and they're spaced and held, and it makes the flimsy box like rock solid, and there's no worry about it, even if it impacts. It's not. Yeah. So this is their Gen 1 was made out of this foam, which still crack now. So now I was talking to the guy last night who owns the company, and they're onto a newer product that's more durable than this foam, styrofoam that's coming, but it allows you just drop 3 slabs in there like that. That's really kind of cool. And you can still put some extra pieces of cardboard or whatever you want to armor it if you want. But so
that's great.
yeah, I'm going to try it. I'm going to try them out. That's what I'm going to use to ship slabs for C3 here, Comic Screen Cancer. And then afterwards, I'm going to do my review on it. And you guys will anybody who buys anything on the from C3 on a slab that ships out of my home anyways, you'll get these, you'll be able to do your own review on them without having to spend the money on the product.
That's great.
You realize that there are people that work at UPS and the USPS and the FedEx that are watching this going, oh, it's on.
Challenge accepted, right?
Exactly. All right, it's on.
Well, the thing is with most things is slabs, even if you bubble wrap them, and if you put them in the regular flat rate box, the medium flat rate box, you've already, even with a poo noodle or whatever else, you technically would not get compensated for any damage that goes there if they want to play hardball, because you're supposed to have a certain amount of crush space in anything that you package, and there's not a sufficient in a standard medium flat rate box. There's not sufficient crush space on a standard slab, so you could technically lose every battle, which is probably why these guys went to the 1095 box, which is a little bit, it's a 3/4 of an inch longer, but it's not flat rate.
I worked for 7 years part-time at UPS controlling high value packages and
You know all about this game.
debunking or what do you call it, disputing
Claims.
insurance claims.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Insufficient crush space and improper box weight are major.
believe me, there would be certain companies that were always making claims because they shipped out so many products. We would flag their boxes coming in. We would open them up, take pictures of how they were packed, repackage it back up. They would never know. They ship it back out. And then when they would make a claim, we'd say, well, we've been investigating you for a while. This is the way you package, and this is improper, and we're not going to pay you.
Yeah, that's why big companies ship a lot of stuff. We would, when I used to work for one of them, we just paid. We had the packaging sent to the UPS test lab and have them test and pre-approve the packaging for the product that was going inside. That way, it made claims a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, that's not comics.
Yeah, no. No, that was.
Thank you guys very much for bringing me on. Let me talk about comics curing cancer and
Rob,
for your generosity. I thank all three of you very much. Great generosity from all of you, and really appreciate you.
No, I always enjoy watching your show. And I'm going to be having a blast doing your show again. And just the opportunity of getting you on this show was great. But to talk about such a great cause was just an absolute bonus. That's why I wanted you to be here, because we were shooting to have a big crowd. I'm like, I want as many people on you talking about this as possible. So. This is
thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for joining, Rob.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm going to take off because I have another appointment to be at.
All right, you go.
You know
right
it
ahead.
is. Promoting things never ends.
Oh, yep.
I'm learning that.
Yes, exactly.
Thank you guys again very much. Thank you, Deegan. I'll look forward to hearing from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. See you later, Rich.
Take care.
Bye. All right, bye, guys.
Great guy. I love him.
And then there were three.
When he gets mad, ooh, he's fun to watch.
I hope he twirls the mustache a little bit, just like. I
wish I could grow a mustache.
I went through a small time where I was twirling it, but it lasted like a couple months, and then I was like, yeah, no.
Can I ask, how do you grow the beard like that?
First step is don't cut it.
Well, yeah, I know, but it just becomes like. I don't know.
Honestly, I wish that I had more volume to it. Like a few years ago, it was much more like fluffy. It was much more full. Like the older that I get, it's not quite as full. I mean, it's not terrible, but like, I don't know. I trim it a little bit here and there, to kind of get rid of the like really bad, ends and stuff like that as much as I can. Yeah. And then I use a lot of, I use beard oil after I shower, and I use it's called a beard butter. Every single day that I leave the house, I put some of that in there and rub that around in there, and that helps keep it a little healthier and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Let's see what I can do.
Beard science.
Larry's on tonight.
That was an 80s movie, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. No. That's a movie that I watched recently that doesn't hold up very well. I was like, I'm not a very PC kind of person. Like, I don't know. I just get really annoyed when we have to be correct about everything all the time.
Yeah.
But good God, man, I watched Weird Science and I was like, yikes. I was like, some of this stuff is not cool, man.
What's funny? There were two movies that came out that year about the same idea. Weird Science, and that became the big cult hit, but I always liked Real Genius better, and it had a bit of soundtrack.
I've never watched that.
That one had Val Kilmer.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one. I know about it, but yeah, I'm like, God, Weird Science. I'm like, there's a grown woman taking a shower with underage boys.
Yeah, baby.
The main kid. Who's the blonde kid that was in the Brat Pack? Oh God, he was in a bunch of stuff. Like um he was in Breakfast Club. He was in
Emilio.
16. No,
Oh.
the more nerdy, skinny
Oh,
blonde kid. Oh my
And-
God, help us.
Andrew McCarthy.
Chat, help us. He was in
Not McCarthy, the other one.
he was in that Stephen King show years ago on
Anthony Michael
USA
Hall?
Net. Yes.
Yep, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, but no, Anthony Michael Hall at one point in the movie is like doing a really bad, like pretending to be a black person.
Oh no.
You know, like very like stereotypical, and I'm just like, oh my God. I was like, I literally, it was the first time in a long time that I genuinely was cringing while I was watching
Like
something.
physically.
Yeah, because I was like, oh no, this isn't okay. I was like, this is so bad.
Could you imagine if you were like him?
Oh my God, I know. He must look
assuming
back on
you-
it and just be mortified. He's like, I mean, I guess at least he was a teenager. So I'm
Yeah.
like, there's maybe a little less, but again, like I'm saying all this, but not saying that we should crucify these people who made this movie nowadays, because it was
No,
a
no,
different
right.
time. Like that's where I get kind of annoyed, is when we try to like go back 30, 40 years and we're like, hey, that person said that one thing that one time in a time that was totally different than it is now. And we get all mad about it. I'm like, no, in hindsight, watching it now, I'm just like, oof, man, yeah, that was a different time, wasn't it?
And people
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah,
People change.
exactly. It's like, I'm sure that those guys, if those screenwriters are still in Hollywood today, they're not writing movies that way anymore.
Yeah.
But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to get off sidetracked on
No,
that. I
no,
just
no, that's
remembered that a
fine.
couple months ago. It was hilarious. I was like, man, I was like, I'm squeamish right now. This is awkward.
I don't think there are any scenes that are awkward in Real Genius.
You're
I
too
mean-
busy looking at how beautiful Val Kilmer was back then.
No, but he's good in that show.
He was a gorgeous man. Like, you look back on, like his prime years, it's like, damn, dude, like, I wish I knew what it was like to be that naturally good looking. Like, just at one point in my life.
Yeah. Like Top Gun, he's just walking around like a motherfucking peacock. With that, like, off. Ugh.
Wait, what did he say about Blank Check? I loved that movie when I was a kid.
I saw this as well. Like if you actually
I
analyze it.
forgot about that. But see, as a kid, I was always like, oh, lucky.
Yeah.
But like when you grow up and to become an adult, you're like, oh, problematic.
Yeah.
No, because I mean, every time I'm listening on the news and I hear about some female teacher that got arrested for having relations with her teenage student, I'm like, why did I know? But I would never go to these schools when I was a kid.
Yeah, like it's weird. I don't necessarily feel bad for the teenager. I feel like really not bad for the teacher. I feel like shame on you, because I'm just like, that is a adolescent. Like, come on, like, get your shit together. You're an adult here. Like, you can't necessarily blame the teenager for, consenting to that sort of thing. Because when we're that age, that's just like the dream. But
Look,
like, as an adult, it's your responsibility to not do screwed up shit like that.
Yeah. And it's kind of like it's a double standard. It shows, people are talking about how men are portrayed as pigs in She-Hulk. Well, here's an example of like showing that we are. You hear about a female teacher having sex with a teenage boy, and you're like, nice. You hear about a male teacher having sex with a teenage female, and you're like, oh, that dirty old man. You should go to prison forever.
Well, it's just like, I get kind of annoyed at the double standard, because like nowadays, like you'll see where a famous singer or something that's a woman will surprise their young boy fan, and the boy fan has a crush on them. So like she'll give him a kiss, or something. And it's like, if a dude did that, he would be up on a cross, like dead.
I'm sure the person he kissed would be like all about it. But publicly, yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, everybody's like, oh, it's cute because it's a little boy and he has a crush on her. Aw. And
was
it's
the
like, but
one?
if it's an adult man kissing a young girl, it's like, whoa, like let's, and I'm like, it's the same thing. It's the
What-
same thing.
What was the
Like,
one on American Idol a few years ago where it wasn't a teenager, but it was
oh
definitely
yeah, where
the
Katy
guy
Perry
got
basically just ambushed him with a kiss on the lips, basically.
yeah, he got
a
very bent out
contestant.
because he had never kissed a girl and he wanted to kiss somebody that he really cared about first.
Yeah.
So
I thought that was kind of fucked up, where like he literally said in the audition that he's saving kissing, a girl for that special moment or that special person.
yeah,
And Katy Perry basically tricked him into kissing her. And it's like, man, that's kind of really fucked up. Like when you really look at it, and
yeah,
she
but
didn't, and it wasn't as big of a deal because
But-
it was Katy Perry.
yeah,
you
but
know?
if it was a male and it was a female saying she was saving it, even though
Oh,
she was
man.
over 18, that
His
would be the
career
end of
would have
that.
been over.
Exactly.
Over. But anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to get off on that tangent.
Yeah,
I just,
Oh, yeah,
I
weird
hate
science.
double standards of every
it all
kind.
came from
So
Larry
I get
saying
very-
beard science. This is all his fault. This is where it came from. So
Thinkerbun said milk money. What's milk money?
it was a movie about bullies, I think, wasn't it?
I got a comic this week.
Craig's like desperate. He's like, please, for the love of God, change the subject.
We both got comics this week.
I got
Go ahead,
comics
Greg.
too. I bought like 30 blank Spider-Man #1s.
I bought 5 of them because I knew that I wanted to save them for you just in case someday you were going to need them. I accept all the blame.
I accept all the blame, but Larry says, little kids hiring a hooker.
Oh, in Milk Money?
Oh, that was Meg Ryan, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Holy shit.
They were hiring for their father.
Oh my God. Well, that's not
I
even-
don't think they were hiring her as a hooker. They were just like, well, Dad needs a wife, and I heard we can pay this girl, and she'll come and see him.
Well, let's not even talk about Revenge of the Nerds. That's like
yeah, that's basically a rape
Lord.
scene there.
Yeah, like the whole third act of that movie is just real rapey. And it's like, oh my God, guys, like it's hard to believe sometimes with stuff like that we ever thought that was okay or like something to laugh at,
Yeah.
So, Greg, what book did you get?
Yeah, Greg, what comic book did you get? Does it have anything rapey in it?
I don't think so. I mean, I haven't read it actually, but it's Spider-Man, so
Nice.
Oh, yes.
but it's 102. It's the second appearance of Morbius, but it's
That's a
signed.
cool cover.
It's signed by Gil Kane
That's awesome.
and Roy Thomas down here.
That's awesome.
And in case
And I
somebody
thought-
noticed,
They spell Morbius as Moribus.
they misspelled their own character's name on the cover.
Oh man,
So
gotta love those tight deadlines back then.
this is part of my ongoing legend signature collection.
Yeah.
The Gil Kane was gravy on that one. I was going for Roy Thomas. So
And
Well,
I
I'm
was,
super. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, good.
Oh, I was just gonna say I'm really excited because I believe Brian Michael Bendis is supposed to be at Baltimore Comic Con.
oh yeah,
And I have a copy. My favorite comic book series of all time is Ultimate Spider-Man, and so I have issue #1, and I got Mark Bagley to sign it, Justin Ponzer, who was the colorist who passed away a few years ago, and Stan Lee. And the only person I'm missing is Brian Michael Bendis, so I'm gonna get him to sign it, and then that's gonna be like my personal like Grail comic. Because what's special about that too is I got it back in high school when that series first started, and that book was expensive back then. Like it was like $100, and I thought that was like impossible money. When I was a freshman in high school, $100 was like, oh, I'll never get that. And my mom got it for me for my birthday one year, so that's a special one. I'm like, it sucks because that is nowhere. It's probably I'd be lucky to get like a 9.0 on that book because it's got a really bad spine crunch in it. But it's one of those books that I'm like, it's just a book that I'm never gonna get rid of.
Yeah.
Because it's so special to me.
Is it Yellow Label right now?
It's raw.
Okay.
Yeah. And it sucks because I have a certificate of authenticity for the Stan Lee signature, but the other two signatures, because it wasn't honestly until about a year ago and I've been collecting comics since I was little, but I didn't even think about buying a slab or slabbing a book until about a year ago. Like
you and me
so
both.
everything was raw, so like I would get stuff signed raw because in my mind I'm like, I'm not getting rid of this. So I don't need to prove to anybody that this person actually signed it, because I know I met them, so
Yeah.
it never bothered me. But if I
Well-
ever do want to get it slabbed, I might CBCS it, but I'm terrified if they lose it. That's literally like one of the most precious, mementos that I own. So I would be devastated.
At least Gator guard it though.
Yeah.
So that's what I was gonna say.
Mhm.
I liked it so much after you showed me last time. I reached out to them to ask if they were going to be at Baltimore, but they're not.
Yeah.
But I want to Gator guard everything. I love the screw colors. I love the way it looks like glass, even though it's not actually glass.
Yeah, it's really nice. I
No,
love how clean it is too. It doesn't have like a lot of like beveling or like any weird. It's very flat, very clean. Like I love it.
Like I showed you last time, I have these, but
Yeah.
there's like a lot of like just machine plastic kind of lines. And
Yeah, exactly.
they're fine for what they are, but
Here, hold
ain't
on.
no Gator gone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when he says everything, he means everything. I mean, we share the Instagram account, and I'm copied on the chats. He's been asking the guy, "Do you make something that would hold a toddler?" So I mean, it's got to be really worried.
Oh, the Gator guard.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna put my kid in it.
Crib size Gator guards and.
But yeah, no, you can't beat this thing. Like, look at it's just flat. There's no weird embossing on it. It's just nice, clean, and flat.
And that's your signature embossed on it. There.
Yeah.
So you
can give out. Yeah.
Daddy likes.
Yeah.
Daddy
likey.
We should have this guy on if he'll let us.
I know you guys should. I'm sure he would be up for it too, because he's a great. He promotes his product really well. So.
Who we got also get
really
on?
quick.
And Deegan, I don't know if you had a chance to talk to him. Your friend that is promoting the
Kickstarter
book.
Oh shoot! Yeah, you guys should reach out to him. I guarantee you, he would do it in a heartbeat.
Let's check to see where he's at, because I think there's only like a week and a half left.
Yeah, I don't think there's a lot of time left on it.
Yeah, I don't know.
I got the page. There you go.
Oh crap! I keep forgetting to I gotta back it because I wanted my cover. Crap, man! I hope they hit it. They deserve to hit it.
Too, man.
That's still a decent little chunk to get over the hill.
It's a solid 2K, yeah. A little more.
And
all right,
11
guys.
days to go.
All right, guys. You know the drill. Go out there and support the Kickstarter.
Like, share, subscribe.
I saw a Kickstarter raise $85,000 to save a neighborhood pizzeria. Come on, man. I've seen people put Kickstarters up. Help me pay my parking tickets.
Yeah, seriously, I've seen those before.
Guys, look at this cover. I mean,
I know what hack did that cover?
No, it's cool, man.
I really like how that cover turned out. Like every time I look at it, I'm like, it makes me happy. Like that's the vibe that I was going for, was just kind of like a very bright, happy kind of vibe.
Yeah, I love that. It was the flames hard for this guy? I feel like that would be tough to draw.
Honestly, like
practice is super massive.
I actually, dude, yeah. I actually don't hate drawing fire. Like I think it's just because instead of trying to overanalyze how I draw it, I just kind of like do it my way. Yeah. And I like the way that it looks. So I'm like, it's kind of cool. Like, even though I completely rip off Todd McFarlane's webbing, because I don't think you can do better than McFarlane's webbing. I have my own fire style, so that's kind of cool. I'm like, anytime I draw a character with fire, it's very distinctively how I draw fire. So, but yeah, it's actually not, it actually isn't too hard. Like I don't like stress out when I have to do anybody that's fire related.
That's
So,
awesome.
well, because what I love about it is it really gives things motion, and like it can really help sell a certain direction of movement.
Oh yeah.
Like there's nothing cooler than doing a guy that's like coming at the camera and he's got a string of fire coming behind him or something, showing that like he's
Human
moving.
comet look.
Yeah. You still got to fix your name on here on this part.
Oh shoot, I gotta. I don't know if I can show it. Dang it! I have another cover that I did for a small indie title that I really like the way that it turned out, but I don't know if I can show it because I don't know if they're like holding off to announce it or something like that. So, guess better to be safe than sorry. I'll just have to. I'll have
just
to
like last week when we were talking about, should we? No, don't say anything yet. Save it for next week. Okay.
Yeah. I know it was so hard to not say anything for a week and have to keep our mouths shut before announcing these covers that we're doing.
The funny thing is we're trying to make sure that all our ducks in a row, we know what's going to happen, which we don't have 100% commitment yet, but everything looks like we're going to get it. But like a week ago, John's like, yeah, sure, tell him. That's fine.
Yeah.
Like,
So my response was, really? I don't know. I mean, I'll trust you. I've not done this before, so.
Yeah, because the way that he kind of explained it to me was like, we're gonna get approved. It's just a matter of when are we gonna get the email that's saying it. That's where I'm kind of getting stressed. Is I'm like, I totally understand why it's taking them so long to get back to us because there's one guy that does all of it.
Yeah.
So he's having to respond to all of these shops that are doing exclusives on top of everything else that he does. Yeah. So I totally get it. But at the same time, I'm like, I got 2 conventions back to back at the end of this month, and I don't want to rush these covers, and I want to like crush the artwork. And I'm like, I don't even have the books to read. So I have no, like with Nightclub, it's like there's literally only 3 covers that have been shown for it, and that's all the artwork from that book. So I'm like, I don't even I can't gauge what these characters really look like, So I don't want to start drawing the characters yet because so basically I'm laying out the cover with blank bodies,
they're just the backgrounds and stuff.
Yeah, they're just plain mannequin dudes, with no details on them because I'm like, I want to at least get this laid out and have some work, done on it before I, but I'm the kind of person where when I do a cover, I really want to read the book because I want to see if there's anything cool or special in the story that I want to add into the cover or, I want to get a vibe on the characters so that I can get their personality, not only in the way they look, but in their movements, and how they act and stuff like that. So Radiant Pink's a little bit easier. Yeah. Stuff like that. Radiant Pink's a little bit easier because I've got a lot of stuff I can look at for her in Radiant Black, but yeah, with Nightclub, it's like, what do I do?
Just call Mark.
Oh yeah. I'll just call up my good buddy Mark Millar.
Hey, Mark.
On speed dial.
Yeah, Deegs, what's up?
Yeah.
DP, how you doing?
Yeah. Only Mark Millar can call me that.
Sorry. Yeah. So Greg got a 102 this week, and I got a 102 this week. His was Spider-Man. I didn't even realize it until I was actually reading, but it was Xbox's. I'm like 102. Hey.
Okay.
Well, then I'll wait for it. Whatever. Doesn't matter.
Oh. Whoa.
I mean, it's probably about a 2.5 or a 3, but that's fine. I constantly check out like off hours shows on Whatnot.
The Collector milkshake. No, popcorn.
Popcorn, yes.
Popcorn.
Or popcorn flavored milkshake. Could be that. And there was a channel called Chillectables, kind of like collectibles, but with the word chill first.
Chillectables.
Yeah, exactly. And he had so many Silver Age cool key books in his auction, and they weren't going for high prices. And when we're talking about how much we're going to be putting into these exclusive books coming up, I was like, if I didn't have those things coming up, I would be buying so many of these listings. But I couldn't leave without at least getting one book from that sale. So when you get a chance to pick that book up for $56,
$56.
Yeah,
Nice.
that was on a whatnot auction.
That's awesome.
I mean, they had the king size Hulk #1. You know, the Steranko art where Hulk is holding his own name made out of rock,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and that's such a classic cover. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that went for a 97, and that looked like about a 5.0 grade.
Wow.
It has
Jeez.
a lot of real early age Green Lanterns, and they had several Avengers books in the first 20 issues. I'm like, if right now I would be buying like save on shipping, just give me everything, you know.
Oh, I just want to say thank you to Larry. I just noticed his comment in the chat that he said the torn page look that I did on the cover
Yes.
came out really well. So I appreciate that, man. I definitely wanted to sell that well, and that was actually harder to draw than I was expecting. So I'm glad that it turned out well.
It's
Do you guys want to?
homage to the Giant Size X-Men #1.
Yes. So it's actually an homage to Gen 13 #13, which is an homage to Giant Size X-Men #1. He was very specific about that. He wanted it to be look more like the Gen 13 homage, which is an homage. So it's kind of like a 3 spaces removed homage.
Dude.
There are two announcements that we had so far, and yes, you did make some big announcements. You absolutely can catch them on the replay for more information. But the first one that's big for this channel, and Syndicate Comics and Mr. Deegan Pecoris, is in the month of December. We will be coming out with our first, not one but two, exclusive comic books. You know, well, it's Team Ohana's first. Nowhere near the first for Mr. Pecoris or for Syndicate Comics. They've got multiple already. We have Radiant Pink and Nightclub, the Mark Millar book.
So excited.
Yes. And
So
the second
excited.
announcement that we had was Rob Morris from Rob's Big Stack of Comics is going to be doing a 3-day auction, I believe he said, for Comics for Cancer. This is a what is it? Cancer Society of America, CSA or SCA or whatever it is, sanctioned event where all the money that they raise from selling the comics will be going straight to the American Cancer Society for research. And we committed to donating books. Other channels are donating books. So if you can donate, you can donate. If you want to just go to the auctions and buy some of these things, it'd be great. If you want to just make a just straight up cash donation, it'd be great. They're trying to beat last year's goal of 8,000, and I think we're going to crush it. So it was really cool that we're going to be part of something that is that beneficial to others. And I guess a third minor one will be that Team Ohana will be appearing on the channel of Rob's Fat Stack of Comics for his Only Slabs show on November 12th, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is a Saturday. I got through all of that. I'm so proud.
Good job, Richard. I'm proud of
you.
Let's see here. Isn't that when Hulk became his own book again after being with Tales to Astonish?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah, Hulk was in his own book for issues 1 through 6, and then he kind of disappeared, but he came back. He went to Tales to Astonish. I think he came in about in the 50s, the 40s or 50s. He didn't start right from the beginning. All that is because back in the early 60s, Marvel did not have their own publishing company. So they had to go through the only company that published comic books and printed them in large volumes, which was DC. Now, DC said, yeah, sure, we'll help you out, but we're going to limit you to 10 different titles every month because that's all we can handle in printing. They could handle more. They just wanted to keep Marvel at bay. So that's why Marvel would take these two characters and put them into one book, and these two characters and put them into one book. So they were doubling up and building up their characters. And once they secured a printing deal with somebody else, that's when Captain America 100 and Doctor Strange was it 168 and Hulk 102 and all these characters started popping out into their own books. So,
and Tiago, that was really cool of him to say. He said there we go.
Oh yeah, brother.
Thank you. Really appreciate it. We're really excited about it.
Yes, absolutely. And
we would have more energy if it wasn't so late and we were all tired.
But we got a good amount of watchers, more than initially when we announced it. So
Oh yeah, so I mean that's good. At least we got to announce it a second time for everybody. Hopefully, everybody got to catch it that second time, and I think it'll be even more exciting too the further along we get in the process when I actually have artwork to show you guys for the covers, and when we get to do some live streams. We've got some stuff cooking. I haven't gotten to talk to him yet, but I'm hoping to get my colorist, who's going to be coloring both of the covers, to come on a live stream with me with you guys at some point. So I'm going to be reaching out to him.
That'd be
So
great. You can
hopefully we
teach us
can
the
do that.
process.
Yeah, it would be really cool. Like, well, especially because we've talked about on live streams before. I just don't think colorists get enough of their dues, for how incredible artists they are. So I think it'd be really cool to get him on here and let him talk about what he does and his process, and me and him can talk about how colorists and artists work together, and stuff like that. So hopefully he doesn't say no, I don't want to do that. I'm pretty sure he'll want to do it, but just putting that disclaimer out there just in case this doesn't come to fruition for some reason. But
Keegan, to put you on the spot a little bit about this, a good way to emphasize that, in my opinion, and you're the artist, you let me know. Your I'm going to say iconic at this point, Spider-Man swinging print.
Yeah,
where it depends upon how it's colored, and it comes up as like an infinite different variation of Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's a perfect illustration of how much colors change a piece.
If and when he comes on the show, I'd love to show some of those prints if that's okay with you.
So that's actually a different colorist. So that's there's two guys that I work with.
I didn't mean
that's
I just want to show what coloring can do, but I don't want to insult him.
But no, there is a few pieces that we can show that I've worked on with James that are like that, that you can really see the difference and stuff like that. So
great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I think when you start to see, you see like, okay, yeah, so they did the paint by numbers, big deal. But if you can take the same black and white sketch, color it one way, color it another way, and it looks like two completely different pictures, that really shows what a colorist can do.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. Do you guys want to see a huge, exciting book that I'm never going to sell that I bought last week?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so you guys know I'm a massive Venom fan. So I had to have this key, and I got it with Ryan Stegman and Donnie Cates' signatures and the custom null label. So this is my new baby. I love this thing so much.
I love that cover, man.
I know, it's so good, man. It's so simple, but
it's so new and it's already being homaged. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah, that's what's crazy. It's like, I've seen a bunch of homages to this cover already. And it's just so cool. The only thing that would make this better is if Null was on the cover. That's why I see why the third printing of this book is so popular, because Null's actually on the third printing. But having him on the custom label makes up for that. So overall, this is a perfect thing for me. So I'm so excited to have this now. So that's on my slab wall, and it's never going anywhere.
Same boys, same artist, same writer,
Oh yes, I loved that he homaged himself. That was so cool.
Dude, I homage myself all the time.
If I get the right movie, yeah.
Oh man. We're so fucking stupid. Oh,
that's true.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, Xbox was saying about that. The Hulk holding up his own name is an iconic cover, but I believe I like the Captain America 100 of the Hulk.
It's like the Captain America 100 of the Hulk, meaning that they picked up again. Like he was talking about how it was continuing in a new series. Okay.
You got a pretty good British accent. Do you guys want to see a couple of commissions I'm working on?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, cool. Let me grab them real quick. I figure I might as well pull my weight while I'm on the stream for a change.
And show some people what you're capable of. So
show some people what I do. Because I'm not good at yapping. I'm and that's mostly what I do on these streams. Maybe I should show what I actually do.
Fire!
Johnny, still with us. Cool.
Dude, Johnny Blaze. That's what that says right there. Boom, boom. John, then fire.
Ah, Johnny Blaze. I like it.
Ghost Rider confirmed.
Yeah, This is the equivalent of the Academy 100, yeah. But what's funny was when this came up on the auction, I'm like, I gotta get at least one of these books. So I picked up this one, this Hulk, and then 2 auctions later was the Steranko giant size, king size Hulk one,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I really want to buy this too. But if I start saying I want to buy this too, and this 3 and this 4, next thing I'm gonna be broke, and I'm gonna have a big box of comics coming in the mail. So
I'm holding
finally
off
have
on sending these signed books to CBCS because I want to have the money to pay for the variants.
yeah, right. Yeah, while you were gone, John put up this, and Greg said, "Oh, it's Johnny Blaze."
Oh my god!
So now John's all excited. He finally has a nickname.
You guys gotta just next time you go to the shops, hey, Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing is it's oh no, wait, because on She-Hulk it was Donnie Blaze, right?
Yeah.
The goofy magician.
Yeah.
Okay, you dodged a bullet there, John. At least your name is John and not Donnie.
Doesn't mean we can't get him a custom made Donnie Blaze t-shirt.
So
It's
this is
magic.
a commission. This is a commission I've been working on for a while. I feel bad because this was back at Lexington earlier in the year, but the gentleman basically commissioned me to do his 7 favorite characters. So it's very all, kind of all over the place. But so
Speaking of,
I think you showed this one time before, but it was mainly sketches and everything. Now everything's getting colored in.
Yeah, now it's completely done. So there's a lot of marker on this bad boy. Like so much marker. Yeah, you can kind of see I did the Green Ranger, the White Ranger, the Gold Zeo Ranger, Ghost Rider, Daredevil, Batman, and Wolverine. So this is pretty cool.
How much that green and red pops, man.
Dude, right? Like, it's kind of surprising.
Wow.
Like,
I love the jawline that he gave Batman.
that was gonna be my next one. I was like, damn, that's a Bruce Wayne chin.
Yeah, man. Exactly. He's got to have that I walk into any room and I have the best chin in the room.
Yeah.
I mean, I can almost hear Conroy's voice in my head,
Oh, there you go. Yes.
Man, that's one signature I want so bad.
And this next one, I feel so bad because this gentleman has been waiting a very long time. Like, I think we're a couple months from it being a year, but it's a very big undertaking. Basically, he's a huge fan of Invincible, and you guys know I love Invincible. And he actually had me do at MegaCon in 2020, I think, or 2021. At MegaCon 2021, he had me do a Battle Beast on a blank Invincible cover. And it was the first book that anybody had ever gotten CGC witnessed for me. And it was the first yellow label that anybody ever got from me. That's cool. It was kind of cool. And it was a really cool Battle Beast cover. I really like it. But so he got me to do another piece. And now it's taken so long, I'm afraid that he won't ever want to do anything with me again. But this is a huge undertaking because it's such a good cover. Well, actually, Greg, can you bring up the cover for Invincible 111? I think is the number. It should be him flying over water, and there's a big city in the background. So it's very complicated, but basically this client wanted a homage to that cover, but with my style.
I see like a
watch it. It's probably not 111. I'm
like
probably wrong.
Like a robot punching Invincible.
Dang it! No, that's not it. Shit.
While you guys are looking,
What
there's a
number
comment
is
by Tiago. Says Deegan, I would love to have just a remark of Radiant Black by you in an A5 or even smaller. Can I send you a message on Instagram? The shipping kills me, but maybe send it as a document. I don't know.
Oh yeah, message me. Yeah, we can try to work something out and try to figure it out and make something work for you. Yeah, I know that the international shipping's a nightmare sometimes, but I just shipped a commission that was 11 by 17 to Belgium, and it was $30. So
that's nice.
Yes, yeah, that size. So it's a big boy. So we might be able to figure something out for you and get the shipping down as much as possible so that it doesn't kill you. But yeah, definitely reach out to me. That goes to anybody. Always reach out to me, even if my commissions are closed. I have a wait list, so that when my commissions do open back up, I'll reach out to you and, see if you want to set something up. So if you ever have questions, if you ever, just want to ask me something, if you want to set up a commission, if you want to say, hey, I love your stuff. Thanks for doing it. I love seeing that stuff too. Like those things always pick up my spirits. So, always reach out whenever.
I think I found the book you're looking for.
Did you? What number was it?
105.
I think that's
right?
Yep, that's it.
Okay.
So he wanted me to do an homage to that cover because that's his favorite Invincible cover. But he wanted me to do it on a sketch cover. So it's literally on a blank Invincible #1. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but that is a complicated ass cover. There's city perspective, so there's a lot of perspective in this book, in this cover. Yeah. There's tons of crazy foreshortening, like how big his limbs are towards the camera. It's got a really extreme,
a lot of
Z-axis.
A lot of Z-axis coming straight at you. You don't get that ability to turn something at an angle for, like you were saying, showing a punch coming straight at you. It's very hard to draw the arm as opposed to a punch like this.
Yeah, exactly. So it's basically got a ton of. It's got water in it, for fuck's sake. I hate drawing water.
It doesn't have a tornado coming out of the robot's hand, though.
Yeah, at least it doesn't have a tornado. But so this is where I'm at so far. I still got to do the background.
Oh, but let me get back to the.
Yeah. But so this is my take on it.
That's pretty darn good, man. I mean, I'm looking at them both now.
And I wanted it to be different enough. Like you can really tell that my figure is a different figure, than Ryan Otley's. And I really wanted to do the face a lot different, and stuff like that. And what's cool is I got these erasers that actually are kind of like sandpaper. And what I was able to do was I was able to use it to basically scratch off the logo.
So cool.
So that I can actually put the fist in front of the logo so that it actually fits on the cover. So yeah, I'm currently working on this right now. And I love this because I think a lot of people would think that this is printed on there, but this is literally like hand ink, with
that's incredible, man.
Comic book liners and stuff like that. So I'm really happy with how it's turning out so far. So I'm hoping that once it's done, because this is going to be full colored as well. I'm hoping that he's going to love it and not be so upset at me.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So I've been busting my ass lately. It's been a hectic week, but lots of good stuff, lots of good projects that I'm working on and stuff. So it's been fun.
We're coming up on the 11 o'clock hour, and I don't know how late we're going to go tonight, but
I actually was going to say I got to get going pretty soon.
But I would like to give away this last copy.
Let's do it.
We got one more left. We have the Supermassive #1, drawn by Deegan Pecoris, the Syndicate Comics / True Brothers Comics exclusive, signed by Deegan. Ink is probably still wet. He signed it today.
Thankfully, those Sharpies dry quick. Otherwise, I'd be smudging shit all over the place.
So we've got Xbox is 1-1, Shop is 1-1, and we have to go one more book here. What's our hashtag?
You want to do Deegan?
I like it.
Hashtag Deegan sucks.
No,
there it is. Self-deprecation. Can't just.
Damn it! I'm sorry, man. It has. Hey, I almost got through a full 2 hours.
That's true. I'm proud of you. All right, let's get it up.
Oh, and real quick, Tiago, I'm glad that I answered your question. He asked how I got the logo off of there.
Yeah. He's got a follow-up statement there in the chat.
Yeah, and then Xbox Gamer was like, that Invincible's really good. I'm very impressed you were able to take off the logo. I would have never known if you didn't say, would have thought, wow, he worked magic around that logo.
Yeah.
That's awesome. I'm glad that you said that. That's kind of why I pointed it out, because what's funny is that's actually one of the hardest parts about that cover, was getting the damn logo off of it enough to draw over it. And it's so funny. You would look at that cover and you'd be like, oh, is it the city background that's the hardest? Is it the perspective? I'm like, no, it's trying to erase the damn logo off without tearing through the cover.
Yeah.
And that's the only bad thing is I've never done it on one, because he wants to get it slabbed and yellow labeled.
Yeah.
I've never used that erasing technique on a sketch cover before that's been
Oh.
slabbed, so I'm not sure how it's going to affect the grading. But 9 times out of 10, what I'm starting to notice is when people get a sketch cover graded, I feel like CGC doesn't even fucking look at it. Because there's stuff that gets 9.8s that are sketch covers that I'm like, I beat the shit out of that book when I was drawing on it. I don't know how it got a 9.8. Like, so I'm hoping that it'll still be a decent grade. Hopefully they won't look at it close enough to be like, did this paper get scratched off of? You know, because it's kind of rough to the touch. You know, it's a little, you know, you can't tell when you're looking at it, but if you touch it, it feels a little rough. But
well, they shouldn't touch it. I mean,
exactly. If they
right.
If they feel it, then you should get one of the, become like
fingerprints.
One of those artists with an attitude. Go, how dare you touch my work? You are not qualified to touch my work. No touching. No soup for you.
At that point, he's an artiste.
Yes,
an artiste.
He's get his flat down in Soho.
Oh,
his studio apartment in
Greenwich Village.
Dumbo.
Yeah. All right.
I can't believe Dumbo became an expensive place. That was such a shithole.
Oh, tell me about it. But don't tell me about
under
it.
the Manhattan Bridge under overpass.
Ah. Anybody else in for this giveaway?
Oh, I think Larry just jumped in at the last second. So it should be 5 now.
Larry.
Oh, there he goes. I see him now. All right. So we have 5 here. There's the last of the 3 Supermassive #1s, store exclusives signed by Deegan Pecoris. Going
3,
once. Going
2,
twice.
1. And we are rolling.
Oh no! Ow!
What happened?
I'm gonna mute myself because I think I've got the.
Oh dear, he's got the hiccups.
Teal, but I'll be honest. Buck. I was no offense to Mr. Buck. I was actually kind of hoping for Malloy because I felt like the first one he missed it and I felt bad.
So, dude, D. Malloy, if you come to the Wednesday streams where we do New Comic Book Day, and you will win something eventually.
And like I said, we're gonna in the lead up to these exclusives coming out, we're gonna be doing all kinds of cool stuff. We're gonna be doing some original art giveaways that I'm gonna do. We're gonna do all kinds of shit. So make sure you guys stick around and come back to the live streams, and I'm sure somebody will get something cool if they haven't already.
So of our 3, sorry, real quick, of our 3 winners, Xbox and Shop, they've won from me before. I know their addresses and everything. Teal, Buck, you've never won. This is the first time I've seen your name. Welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Please go to Team Ohana Family on Instagram, right? Team Ohana Family, not Team Ohana.
Correct.
Okay. I don't even know what our name is anymore. I wish it was Team Ohana across the board, but some people already took that. Yeah. Go to Team Ohana Family on Instagram. You'll see the logo is a basset hound. It's Mr. Boo Bear. He's sleeping on the couch.
No, it's not.
It's not. You changed it.
It's their logo now.
It's
your guys' logo now.
It's the Team Ohana logo.
I put the link in the chat as well.
Yes. And just send me your address. Okay. And I will pay for the shipping and get this off to you. Okay. Congratulations.
And thank you everybody for participating. Oh, I just hit the chandelier. Oh shit. Thank you everybody for participating. And hopefully you guys like the cover, and huge thank you to John at Syndicate again, because that's a cover that John had me do as their first exclusive and my first exclusive. So, and we thought it'd be a fitting giveaway for the fact that we're doing Radiant Pink #1. So a little bit of Massive Verse tie-in. It's all synergy.
Yes,
I think that's what they call it. But
thank you so much. I appreciate you saying. I hopefully see you on other shows as well. So if we're wrapping this up, we're just past the 2-hour mark. I just wanted to say, Deegan, after a period of time, we just got used to that crackling noise on your microphone.
Was it still going?
You cleared it up, and then it came back on, and that's when I said, "Well, I said, do we tell him?" And Rob was like, "No." I went, "Okay."
Oh no, that sucks.
Yeah, no,
it paints the whole night now. I'm like,
no. Well, I had to at least tell you, because
it sounded like I was opening a box of cereal all night. I'm sorry, guys.
Cereal. I'm sorry.
I know I have some Count Chocula in the cabinet that's calling my name right now.
Xbox, our channel is just Team Ohana, but the Instagram is Team Ohana.
God, you guys clean up the branding.
I can't.
You need to reach out to people who have the names that you want and like bribe them with money or sexual favors.
That's the one, because I don't have any extra money right now. So.
I don't have any extra sexual favors.
Well, I can't help you out with this one, guys. I mean, I'm normally willing to be a team player, but I'm gonna have to take my leave on this one.
Oh, just the IG, yeah, because somebody else had already grabbed Team Ohana. Sorry.
Well, kind of on that subject, it kind of sucks because like I'm Pop Gore Art on Instagram, and it's the only social media that I have. Well, I guess my Facebook is still under Pop Gore Art, but that still actually says my name and everything. But I started that like take one for the team. Deegan John says, "How about you take one for the team, John?" I'll rock paper scissors you for it. Oh God. I don't want to do a sexual favor to decide who does the sexual favor. But
sounds like a win-win to me.
Like, where did this go? Where are the rails? Because we're off them. Yeah, it's not rapey anymore.
Movies.
All right.
But so what I was saying was, it sucks because like I kind of just want to be Deegan Picaris on all my social medias. But my Instagram by far has my most followers. I have over 5,000 followers on Instagram, and I don't want to change my name now because everything I've ever been tagged in wouldn't link to my profile anymore.
Oh.
You know, so I'm just like, shit, I don't think it's worth changing. But then I'm like, but should I change it now while I only have 5,000 followers in case in a few years, if I do start working on bigger books and get a bigger following, you know, it's going to be even harder to switch it. You know, should I just rip the Band-Aid off now? I might end up doing a poll on my Instagram and just being like, hey guys, should I rip the Band-Aid off and change my name or just suck it up and deal with it?
Do you oh wait a minute. I know this is YouTube and it's different, but do you remember Greg, I had you watch that video for the pitch meetings for the different movies?
Yeah.
That was part of a channel, and what they did was it was so popular that they branched off and made a whole new channel just doing that.
Yeah.
Huh.
And what I was wondering is, would it pay for you to start a second Instagram account under your name and post everything under both, and on Popcore Art say, hey, I also have this channel here, and slowly phase it over?
You know, I would do that, but what sucks, especially with how much Instagram has fucked up their algorithm the last year or two, is barely any of my followers actually see my posts anymore. Like I have over 5,000 people that follow me, and on average, like, so for example, did you guys see the Apocalypse sketch cover that I did the other day for somebody?
You showed us like specifically that.
So I did that as a reel, and it only got 206 actual interactions. So like clicks or like, you know, like that was it. And I'm just like, I have over 5,000 people that follow me. How the hell? Or like when I posted about Memphis Comic-Con and how well it went, only 747 of my followers actually even saw the post. Out of 5,000, out of 5,412 people, only 747 even saw it. And so it's just like, what I'm afraid of is if I branched off and did a second page that's under my name, I have even a feeling that, I would probably have a nightmare of a time trying to convert it's just like I have a Twitter now, finally. And I posted about it a couple times on my Instagram, and so few people saw the posts about me announcing my Twitter that I only have like 40 something followers on Twitter, even though I have 5,000 people on Instagram. So it's like, so out of 5,000 people, only like 40 people saw it and went over and followed me on Twitter. You know, it's like, it's really starting to infuriate me how Instagram is like trying so hard to be TikTok. So if it's not a reel, nobody sees it, you know, because I hate posting reels. Yeah.
Okay, so I have to ask. Do I get a say in this coin flip that John is agreeing to? Who is this?
That's his wife.
Okay. I had a feeling, but I didn't. I wasn't sure.
Well,
And,
Lori, at least we'll just make sure that if he loses and he has to, do one of these sexual favors for somebody, we'll just make sure it's a guy so that there's no chance of another baby, because I know you guys have a newborn as it is. You don't need to be dealing with another bundle of joy.
I
At
don't
the
think
same
this is
time.
making her feel any better. I know it's definitely
you're
not
probably
making
right.
John feel better. So
Luckily, I know Lori and John really well, so I know that they're going to take this really well and get the joke and not think that I'm being obnoxious or a douchebag. So,
and I'm communicating with our third winner, and I've got your address. You got it. It'll be out in the mail Monday morning. Congratulations
Cool.
again to Teal, and I hope I pronounce your name correctly. Teil Teal.
an Xbox gamer. That's a really good point, Xbox gamer. I need to do a better job of asking people to do that. I'm just so terrible. I'm actually in the process of having basically I'm going to have a manager kind of take over my social media and a
Nice.
lot of my booking conventions and things like that so that I can get some stuff off my plate so that I have more days of the week where I'm actually drawing. Crazy idea, actually draw more days of the week than I do everything else. So yeah, I'm probably going to have the guy that I'm going to work on with my social media kind of do a better job than me about basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all the content, create all the content, and just give it to him so that he can post it on a regular basis instead of my dumbass who always forgets to post it, even though I have all the content, So I got to do a better job with that.
It's hard, man.
Yeah, it's a full-time job just doing the social media.
Just the taste that I've had in the past, I don't know, a month or so, where I've fired up a TikTok. I've tried to create shorts, on every other day. Made a Facebook, even though it's empty. I've made a Twitter, it's empty. I try to post everything across the board. So I might be interested to talk to whoever you're talking to.
You should. He's actually a really good friend of mine, and he's kind of a jack of all trades. Like he does marketing, he does web design, he everything. So I'm like, when me and him sat down and started talking about it, and he gave me a whole business plan and a really nice layout and a contract. It's all really official and really well done. So I'll if you're really interested in it, let me know and I'll reach out to him so he can get in touch with you and stuff. Because yeah, it's basically going to save my life because I'm drowning in because it's so bad, because I really want to prioritize everything that's not art. I want to prioritize Patreon number one, because those are people who are paying money monthly to support me. So I'm I really want those people to be the number one priority, along with people who commission me to draw things for them, because those are people that are directly supporting me and my art. So those are the top tier things for me. So then it makes it hard because I want to pump a lot of content into those things and updates and talking to those people and make sure that they feel updated enough and communicated with. But then there's all my social medias and all of my emails that I get 50 emails a day, and stuff. And then there's booking conventions and making sure that I have those lined up for the next 6 months. And then there's booking the travel and the hotels. Oh, but then I still want to do cover work so that people don't forget about me. So there's reaching out and trying to get cover jobs. And, it's just way too much on my plate. So I started talking to my friend and I'm like, please help me. If I can take even some of this off of my plate, and free myself up a little bit. I've been working like a madman this week because I have this week, next week, and then the week after that, most of that week. But then that weekend is my convention in Chattanooga. And then after that, it's Baltimore. So I'm I have this 3-week stretch where I'm I got to get 2 exclusive covers drawn with no source material.
That you don't know anything. Yeah, exactly.
And then I got a ton of commissions that I'm trying to catch up on so that people can finally get this art in their hands, after such a long time. And it's just I'm I really want to take Sunday off because I'm exhausted. And I'm I can't take Sunday off. I'm just going to have to keep I'm just gonna have to keep going. It's gonna be like 5 straight weeks with no days off. So we'll see how I am by November. We'll see if I'm still around. If you guys reach out to me and you don't hear from me, have somebody come do a wellness check.
Quick question
just
about the
make sure that I'm alive.
Patreon,
Yeah.
because I really enjoy being one of the platinum members, and I want to know.
I enjoy that too. Thank you, Richard.
No, because I
It's
mean,
diamond.
okay, it's a myth goal.
Don't feel bad. I fuck it up constantly, and it's my Patreon. I'm like, I keep messing it up.
But again, it's such a bargain considering that we're getting 2 prints a month, and one of them being a signed, two signed prints, one of them being a numbered print. But I'd like to know, do you have a release date for this month? So I have an idea when I might be parting with one of the prints on a live stream.
So you mean the ones from September that I haven't gotten to ship out yet?
There you go.
So, yeah. Well, Greg, is there a chance you could pull up that black and white Scarlet Spider?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Give it a ball. Hell yeah, dude. There you go.
So last month the poll went up, and this was one of the options, was the red and black Scarlet Spider from Kane's run as Scarlet Spider in the comics. I was kind of happy this one won because I've wanted to do this costume for a while. But yeah, so this won. So this is the black and white artwork for it that I just finished earlier this week, and I sent it off to my colorist to get colored. So hopefully it'll be ready by early next week. So to answer your question, Richard, once I get the colors back, I'm going to immediately go to the print shop and get them printed. And as soon as I get them printed, I'll sign them and hand number them and post it on Patreon so everybody can see them and see what they look like all done.
And that's where people can order them if they'd like.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too. Yeah, because that's the thing is the colored versions I'll be putting on my Etsy store as well, but they're not signed, so it's not as cool of a benefit as when you're on the Patreon getting a signed one, and you'll get this black and white version that is exclusive to that Patreon tier. I literally never sell black and white prints unless they're on my Patreon. So yeah, for example, the Daredevil from last month. So that was the August poll winner. And that's the black and white signed and hand numbered one. So yeah, like with that one, there's literally only 5 copies of that black and white print in existence ever. It'll never be reprinted. Right. So very exclusive.
So when
I'm so happy that I'm going to get one this time because I graduated.
Yeah, man. I know. Thank you so much for doing that. Seriously, like it really means a lot. Like,
no, of course, man.
You guys that are in the diamond tier, like it blows my mind whenever I look at my Patreon because it means so much to me that people like my art enough and think that it's worth it enough to. Because I understand it's not a cheap tier, like I know that it's hard to part with $40 a month, like it's not a something that I take for granted. So the fact that people think that getting these prints is, cool enough and all the other benefits that you get with all the other tiers as well, like it just means a lot that you guys think that it's worth it and that you enjoy it. So I'm always going to try to make the best art possible so that you are excited every month at what you're going to, get. So,
well, the bottom line is that when I get it, I'm sorry, I'm keeping the black and white. I love it. But the color version one, when Deegan gets it to me, we throw it up on the live stream and give that one away. So at least once a month.
Did you guys give the red Daredevil away already?
Yes, I did.
You did? Awesome. That's cool.
That's what I bought the protectors for at John's store for him, so that way I can mail them off.
Yeah, that'll help a lot.
It's like 10 protectors. That's 5 months. Got it. Yeah, we had to get creative at the post office for the package, but we got it out. But
yeah. So again, thank you guys very much. Thank you for plugging my Patreon again. And if anybody on the live stream wants to go and check it out, there's a lot of different tiers, so it's not just those expensive diamond tiers with, custom art prints. Like there's also a $5 tier where you get every piece of art that I do that's not a commission for somebody as a digital art file so that you can put it as your phone wallpaper or on your computer, stuff like that. So there's all kinds of stuff. So definitely go and check it out if you get a chance. But I know that we were wrapping this up like 30 minutes ago, and then we ended up talking.
Yeah, I was just thinking, let's wrap this up. I know that somebody else just joined in, and anybody else that might have just joined in missed the announcements earlier. 2 exclusive comics coming out from Syndicate Comics, Deacon Pecoris, and Team Ohana. One being Radiant Pink, and the other one being Nightclub, the new Mark Millar book. They will be debuting on December 7th and December 14th. We're going to be posting links for, as everything progresses, we'll have links for where you can buy them with bundles and everything else. The ability of getting signed books yellow labeled through Syndicate Comics. That was one of the announcements. Another announcement is that on Rob's Fat Stacks of Comics, he will be having an auction for Comics for Cancer. We're all making donations of comic book slabs. We donated, I think, a lot more than we
14 between us.
Yeah, and a signed print that Deegan said he wants to do. So I messaged him asking for his address so we can start flooding his inbox, giving the mailman a hernia. And 100% of the money raised will be going to the American Cancer Society. This is sanctioned by the American Cancer Society as well. Guys, we just had a great show. If you can't tune in late, please check it out on the replay. Are we ready to wrap it up, everybody?
Yeah, everybody, stay tuned. We're gonna have links, like he was saying, for pre-orders for our 2 exclusives in the next week or two. We're going to be actually showing what the covers look like in the next couple weeks, which is going to be super exciting. And we're going to have all kinds of cool stuff leading up to it. So make sure you stay tuned to all of our social medias. I'll be posting all of it on mine. I'm sure you guys will post it all on yours.
Yep.
Like, as long as you're staying tuned to us, you'll see all the cool stuff that we're going to be doing along the way. And we want you guys to be a part of it because this community is such a big reason why we wanted to do this. So thank you guys for having me again, and I'm so excited to do these covers, and I can't wait for everybody to see them.
Awesome.
That's
all right. Well, thanks everybody. Try to get a good night's sleep. We're going to try to do that for the first time in about 2 weeks. Till we see you in the next video, though. Mahalo.